And the hitting defenseman, then the Bruins are effective. They're hitting in their own end of the building, and Wesley's been doing a fine job of that.
Well, looking at the Hartford Whalers, Randy Ladouceur, he's been the veteran defenseman, the key, the solid man back there. He has had an excellent series.
Randy Ladouceur, kind of a forgotten man, really. It's taken a lot of period. The Ladouceurs in this game are the ones that take their toll on you.
Well, they traded Samuelson away. We thought that would be a big factor. The Bruins have to take it to this Hartford defense with that forechecking. That's a key.
Well, I would have come into the series thinking, okay, that's a pretty weak defense. Get on it. I'm pretty impressed in the last 4 games, the way that Shaw's playing, Ladouceur, and the rest of them. They've got some players back there that are doing a fine job. The Bruins are going to have to pick it up.
And now it is the best 2 out of 3. Opening faceoff in just a moment.
Welcome back to Boston Garden, everybody. Glad to have you with us for this 5th game of the best of 7. This should be at Donnybrook. Hartford coming off an emotional high, and the Bruins needing to be on one and usually respond in kind. But before we get a chance to drop the puck and get going, it's time to get down onto the ice and turn things over to Rene Rancourt and the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
pumped, and so is it this crowd as you look at referee Bill McCreary. He'll have Ron Alsenstein and Shane Heyer as his linesmen. In the Hartford goal, Peter Sidorkovich. El Cid, who has played very well. He was the key in game 1 and held off the Bruins in the 3rd period of game number 4. In front of Sidorkovich tonight will be Hunter, Cullen, and Verbeek across the front with Cote and Ladouceur, the defenseman, in front of Peter Sidorkovich. And Andy Moog will be in goal for the 5th consecutive game in this series. Andy not quite as sharp as he might have been in past playoffs, but he's been known to rise to the occasion with Skriko, Poulin, and Christian in front of him. Wesley and Bork at defense, and the Bruins looking at number 35, Andy Moog, for a big performance tonight in goal. We're set to go. Here's Fred.
Thank you, Dave. Not often does the rival coach start his big offensive line. He starts a checking line usually, and he waits for maybe a penalty to be picked up and a power play. But Hartford's going to attack. Ladouceur fired just wide from center ice, and a hit by Verbeek. Verbeek, of course, can play it both ways. Good scorer and hitter. Wesley gets around Cullen, wraps it in. Bruins keep it in. Now it is intercepted by Hunter. He can't move it out. Poulin with it. Can't set a play to Christian. And Verbeek gets it to center ice. Flipped back in by Wesley. Ladouceur moves it to Cullen. He lost it. Sidorkovich trying to clear it. Shot by Don Sweeney. Saves Sidorkovich. That was a threat, even though it was from 55 feet.
Now the Hartford Whalers came out physical. I tell you what, the signal comes from Bill McCreary. He is a referee that likes it tough, allows you to hit, and keep it clean. To be good hitting all night.
I think we were all unanimous in saying that the treatment of John Cullen tonight, how the Bruins check him, is the key. I think, Derek, what they've got to do that they haven't done this series is put a body on Cullen at all times. They've knocked him down a lot in this series, but they have not been consistent in terms of carrying out a check on Cullen. He's got to have somebody putting a body on him every time he touches the puck tonight.
Cullen's also, Dave, it's a very difficult assignment to do that. I mean, he is going to be able to handle a puck. It's a tremendous puck handler, Cullen. The Bruins, I think, individually, if Cullen's around them, whoever's nearest to him, hit him and take him. And I think that's the way they're going to want to play Cullen.
Janney on the faceoff. The Bruins get it. Back for Galley, winning the faceoff. Galley rolls it in, tipped away and into the stands by Sidorkovich.
There's the key to this hockey game, I believe. He's going to be winning those draws, Dave.
Yeah.
If they get the dismal effort they got in Game 4 tonight, we're going to be in trouble.
Let's take a look at who is not dressing tonight. Apparently, Bobby Carpenter's wrist is still bothering him. He is not dressing. Walls, Duras, Quintal, Del Judas, Winnis, Beers, Hoover, and Hammond. A long list of a cast of extras tonight. Burt, Babbage, Ray, Chapman, and Cunneyworth. And, of course, Jeff Sanderson, the fine rookie who played so well through the first 3 games, sent down to Springfield. Talking to Eddie Johnston about that move, he felt that he was beginning to get a little nervous being a rookie, and they needed a body down in Springfield for the playoffs, and they figured the timing was right, but they're very pleased with what they got from him.
Everson wins the draw. The Bruins trying to nullify it. They do. They keep it in, but it's intercepted now by Ladouceur. In the center ice to Everson. To Sear. Sear, a shot, save, the rebound. Big stop on Everson. The follow-up shot, the rebound. As this checking line for Hartford is putting an attack on. Brown centers it to the crease. Loeb ties it up. And the Whalers starting as they did the other night.
Hartford certainly coming out hitting. There's no doubt about that. Dean Everson has really become a factor in this series. Here's a nice play, but here he is driving to the net, and that's what makes you a definite something to worry about. He tries low. I don't know why. Well, one, he's not a goal scorer. If he had gone up with that, he gets himself a goal.
Andy Moog looked like he was down a little early on that initial shot, Derek, and Andy is most sharp when he stays up. And I think that might be something to watch in terms of how sharp Andy is tonight.
Now the faceoff in the Boston zone. Hodge can't get it. It's Cote, a shot deflected wide as he had a threat there again with the faceoff. Puck knocked to center ice. Burridge with it. He is hammered on the boards. John Sweeney rolls it in. Ladouceur there. The Whalers break it out. Check. Back comes Burridge over the line. Closing. On Bob Sweeney, the shot blocked. Kept in by Galley. The shot blocked. It hit Yates and cleared out.
Yates hurt.
And the Whalers do a lot of that shot blocking. Yates stopped the threat by Galley. Puck is cleared out again. Janney trying to go for it. Sidorkovich is able to knock it away. Up for Krieger. Away to Yates. Yates is broken up by Neely. Hartford got it back from center ice, but they're offside. 2 minutes into the first period.
Jeff Lazaro tried to line up Todd Krieger right along the line. Krieger just saw him in time and was able to brace himself, but one of the smallest men on the ice trying to lay out one of the bigger hits here in the early going, Jeff Lazaro.
Jeff Lazaro's laid out some great hits.
He's one rookie that certainly has made the adjustment from regular season to postseason nicely.
What I think he's got to do is just get a little more confidence in his ability to play left wing, and he's going to be a factor years to come.
Rick Lee able to put the checking line out against Janney, Lazaro, and Neely. Ray Bourque is on with Al Peterson. Spent some time in Maine. Back up. Neely trying to break. Stopped by Sear. Deneen trying to send it to Zalapsky. Can't get it. Peterson on defense with Ray Bourque. Bourque is checked by Sear. Everson a pass across. Deneen checked by Lazaro. Intercepted by Janney. Janney goes down. Fans wanted a tripping call. Everson battling deep. Back to get it. Neely. Neely ahead for Janney. Leads the charge. Neely is just offside. Looking for the pass. And Bourque and Everson tangle. And Deneen didn't drop his stick. Try to get to Ray Bourque. And a lot of jamming now. Might have a penalty or two called here. It is Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. First period on Nesson.
Yeah, keep your composure. Nesson got a little sticky there for a moment or two.
Well, this isn't ring toss, you know.
No. And McCreary will let you play, so you better like the physical stuff.
This could be icing back for Ray Borg. Icing called, and Hartford has big McKenzie out there at left wing, vis-a-vis Cam Neely.
Well, McKenzie is not. He's certainly tough enough. I don't know if he's quick enough to cover Neely if Neely gets going.
Tomlak's out there as well. EJ was saying another reason they sat Sanderson down was they wanted more size out there in the form of Tomlak, and they also wanted a veteran on the penalty killing, which Tomlak has done for them all season long.
Well, I think Sanderson did a pretty good job.
Turk, I thought he looked fantastic. He's going to be a goodie. He's only 18 years old.
He's a kid. He's going to be good.
Rajicka on the draw. Chris Nyland is out there as Neely moves to the bench. So it's Rajicka with Marquardt and Nyland. The draw back for Cote. Moves quickly. Gets it outside. Cleared in deep. McKenzie has it. Puts it in front. Knocked away, and the Bruins can't start it out. Rajicka lost it. Shot by Halik. A marvelous save by Moe. A centering pass. And it's picked off by Nyland. Nyland to Rajicka. Looking for Nyland again. The play offside. Maybe Marquardt on the left, and Halik had a big scoring bid. Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. First period on Nesson.
On Andy Moog, and Moog will handle it with the pad. Nice setup too by McKenzie.
That does. It hits a leg and bounces out front. When he makes the dump. Right here, it's a check by Rajicka. Halik just turns on his own. Bouncing puck. Moog right there with the left leg.
The Boston line is Poole and Skriko on the left and Christian on the right, and the big guns out there for Hartford. That is Cullen, Verbeek, and Hunter. The draw again to Hartford. They are winning those faceoffs. Richards starts it out. Center ice. Allowed to penetrate. Verbeek a shot and a save by Andy Moog. And the Bruins back on their heels. 5 shots, Hartford, 2 Boston, no score. And the faceoff to the right of Moog.
Well, it all begins with the faceoff. Hartford winning the faceoff, dictating the tempo and controlling the play.
Specifically right now, this game is a 6-5 pick'em, and there's no favor. Season record out the window, 2-2 in the series. This hockey game is going to be won by second effort and a lot of heart.
One for Richards. The shot tipped wide by Don Sweeney. Kept in now by Huda. Don Sweeney gets it, clears it out.
I think the third factor that's going to win this hockey game is the bounce of the puck. Who's going to get the breaks?
Hey fans, be one of the first to show your playoff support to the Bruins by ordering the 1991 official Boston Bruins playoff t-shirt and sweat top. Available in medium, large, and extra large sizes. This playoff apparel comes in designs by either Ray Borg, Andy Moog, Cam Neely, or Craig Janney. The t-shirts go for $14.95. The heavyweight sweat top, just $24.95. Order yours today by calling 1-800-5-BRUINS. All orders will be shipped within 5 business days. Rick Lee minus the glasses tonight. You look like the little professor over there for the first 4 games.
Well, maybe that's his superstition.
A little more fashionable tonight with the contact lenses.
Good kid, Ricky Lee. I've known Ricky Lee since we were both 16, 17 years old. The juniors together in Niagara Falls.
Tough player.
Face-off won by Boston. Hodge got it to Galley. Bruins trying to move it out. They have trouble. Burridge is wrapped up by Zalapsky. And a face-off called right at the Boston line.
Good hit there by Bob Sweeney. Physical play by Burridge. Now you'd want him to tip it out. He tried to do that the first place. Shaw took him well. But here's a man that's going to play tough day in, day out.
The Bruins look tentative. Hartford looks composed, free and easy, and each line moving well. But just 4 minutes into the game. The draw to Shaw, driven to the Boston end. Bob Sweeney hit by Krieger with the Bruins. Don Sweeney, now to Bob Sweeney, breaks it out. Over the line, trying to move in. Checked by Zalapsky. Taken down, behind the net. Shaw trying to clear it. Don Sweeney able to keep it in. A hit on him. Puck up to Burridge from Hodge. Rob Brown trying to clear it out. Hit by Don Sweeney. Bruins. Hodge moves in. Tried to drop it in front. Flex. Pop. And a face-off.
There we
Sat
go.
right on top of the net.
Good hustle by Burridge. Sweeney got involved. Once Bob Sweeney's range and speed starts to be a factor, he has to be back Shaw.
Bob Sweeney sporting that shiner from Game 4 when a puck came back up and caught him in the eye.
Here's Sweeney leaning body into Zalapski.
Took the hand off the stick, Turk.
Well, Zalapski got away with it. I think McCreary, most of the officials have let him pretty well play hockey. But here's Don Sweeney, a comeback. This is I'll get you back to Brown, who ran Sweeney in the other end of the building.
Pitchforked him.
There's a silly play by Shaw just to dump it away from Don Sweeney. Hodge was the result of that.
On the faceoff, a scramble for it. Bruins get it. Bob Sweeney taken down by Everson. Everson going out. The first power play for the Bruins. It is Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. Back in a moment on Nesson. And the Whalers without their good penalty killer Everson. He's out for tripping.
That's probably why Rick Lee had such a sour look on his face. They've done a pretty darn good job killing off penalties so far. Their special teams have been far superior to what they showed during the course of the season.
Hodge, Poulin, and Neely. Bork and Wesley. Tom Lack on the draw with Hodge to the right of Sidorkovic. First power play of the game. Back to Wesley. Wesley, a shot deflected off Poulin and just wide of the net as he was right in tight on Sidorkovic. Cote able to clear it. Oh, the Bruins got that face-off back to the point. Ray Bork. Neely coming on the right. Bork goes left with Wesley to clear him. Sidorkovic trying to fire it out on the dash it back to Bork. Kept in. Broken up. Dineen with a breakaway. Wesley getting back. Shot is wide as Dineen broke that time and got the shot away but missed the net in a short-handed bid. Bork back. Drives it in. Wesley hit hard. Puck back to the point, but Bork was the lone point man. He was in the middle. 1:05 left. The Bruins without a shot on the power play. 14:35 left in the first period. No score. And power plays making a big difference. Bruins need to get some pressure on Sidorkovic. Bork drives it in. Neely. Hodge. Hodge has it. Back for Bork. Up for Hodge. He's hit and broken up by Huda. Fights, gets it in. Poulin. Poulin holding. Now for Hodge. Back for Poulin. Deep for Neely. He's checked. Trying to make the play. Galley moves in. Keeps it in. The play all on the perimeter, though. 24 seconds left. Around the boards, left point, Galley. In deep for Hodge. His pass intercepted by Krieger. And Zalapski attacks with Yake. Yake near the net. Broken up by Bork. Short-handed bid there. Bruins could try to trap Zalapski. Didn't work. Skriko breaks it out. Gains the line. Nice stick handling. Back for Galley. Galley broken up. Almost a break out there by Verbeek. Cote to Verbeek over the line. He is in. Broken up. Oh, great play there by Weimer. Just got it. And it trickled in on Moog. Verbeek almost a break-in as the power play, which did not provide a shot for Boston, is up.
Outstanding play by the veteran Jim Weimer. He got the puck before he got any part of Verbeek.
Once he makes it start to bounce, there's a good play by Verbeek. Just right there, gets the stick. Now
Great play.
Eligible. It's bouncing. Watch Verbeek get back to the puck. Great play there. Andy Moog freezes it. Cullen came across all that traffic. The end result. Nice play by Weimer.
Hard to believe John Cullen has had 2 shots on goal in 4 games. He's had the puck so much on the offensive end, you'd figure certainly he shot more than that, but 2 shots, 2 goals.
No, he's good. That gives you a bad percentage. I'm glad he's not shooting more.
Draw won by Bob Sweeney, but it's still in the zone, and Halik able to get it. for a shot. Deflected right in, and the save just cleared off on the left. Halik fires it in now. Moe trying to clear it himself. Stopped by Halik. Another shot. Wide. A break for Boston. It goes to center ice. Richards clears it right out. Halik breaks over the line. Off for Brown. In for Halik. He lost it to Burridge. Hartford clearly outplaying the Bruins. 6 shots to 2. 12:50 left in the first period. No score. Couple of fine stops by Moe. Sudurkovic not really threatened. Bruins just clearing it out. It's back to Brown, to Halik. In deep. Bob Sweeney breaks it up. A chance here. Coming with Weimer. Goes deep on Huda. Broken up by Huda. And Zalapsky gets it. And Nyland, a heavy hit. The Whalers work it out. That was a hit on Zalapsky. It is Zalapsky back up over the line. Checked by Poulin. Kept in by Verbeek. He is hit by Nyland, but Cullen has it. Cullen wheeling behind the net. Holds away from Peterson. Peterson trying to get him. Chased him all the way. Gets it for Verbeek. A shot saved by Andy Moe. Fort trying to work it out. It is kept in by Cullen. Cullen for Hunter. The shot, the save by Andy Moe. Hartford all over the Bruins in the Boston zone with 8 shots now to 2. 11:48 left in the first period. No score on Nesson.
Cullen and Nyland will take a seat. Al Peterson is going to dish out what Cullen's going to see all night long, Derek.
Well, here's Cullen putting 2 or 3 moves on Peterson. Al Peterson just not buying any of it. Then a little bit of a left hook in the face. Good hard work down low. Unfortunately, what's happening is the Whalers handled the puck well. Any one of the Bruins just had to let up slightly. They'd have moved that puck sharply to the net. 8-2 in shots on goal.
Yeah, the scary part of that statistic, Turk, the Bruins have had a power play. The Whalers have not.
Face-off coming up to the right of Andy Moe. 11:48 left in the first period. That's Hartford, the guest, playing as though it's a home game for them, taking the play to the Boston Bruins. The shots really, Mike Milbury figures, should be in reverse. But Hartford, even with players up from the minors, Yake here at center, Krieger and Brown on the line. Every line has performed well. This face-off won by Boston. Alan Peterson with it. Haley over the line. Going deep. Checked by Zalapsky. Trying to work it in. Behind the net. Still fighting for it. Digs it free. Back for Peterson. Peterson's shot is blocked. Yake fired it right to Ray Bourque at center ice. Boston trying to create some pressure on Sudurkovic, who's had a pretty soft first period so far as we near the 9-minute mark. Neely can't handle a pass, and Ladouceur takes over. Whalers work at the center ice. Over the line comes Sear, broken up. Everson brought it in. Dineen is offside. Tom Larson, NHL update.
All right, Fred, scoreless at the Garden, but the Montreal Canadiens have jumped out in front early in the first period of their game with the Buffalo Sabres, Game 5. Canadiens steal the puck in the Buffalo zone. Mike Keane scores on his own rebound at 2:14 of the first period. Canadiens lead it 1-0 over Buffalo.
Cam Neely picks this puck up. Zalapsky's got a good angle on him. He's just not going to allow Neely to the net. There goes the old hand off the stick and grab the jersey trick. Away with it.
On the faceoff, Ladouceur to Cote, driven in the Boston end. Left point, Ladouceur keeps it in, knocked down by Neely, can't convert it though. And Tomlak goes into the corner. Behind the net, looking for McKenzie or Halik. Halik loses. Janney digs it free. Janney works it out for Neely. Neely, a lead on the left. Lazaro can't get it. Cote plays the boards, has the puck, and puck blocked at the line, outside the line by Neely, and a face-off called Boston offside. 10:30 left in the first period. The Bruins with Just 2 non-threatening shots.
Boy, the Hartford Whalers, you have to tip your cap to them thus far through the first period, Turk. They are carrying out their checks. They're just not allowing the Bruins to handle the puck.
And it's not a matter of the Bruins being flat either. Hartford is getting to the puck first. The thing that Rick Lee wants them to do is to sustain it. Now you have to do it for 60 minutes. They've done it well for the first 9.5. The Bruins have got to figure out a way to shake them. Best way to shake them is to have someone come late. They're very enthusiastic. Everybody in the Bruins end of the building trying to get out first. The Bruins are individually trying different things. They've got to do it as a unit.
Pulling down the check. Skriko trying to center it from behind the net. Can't do it. Brown is playing center in place of Cullen. As Verbeek with him and behind the net.
I don't know. Dave Poulin, I believe, just made a great play, and he's got Ladouceur got him going off the ice alone. Kept his composure, watched the referee, knew he was going to be alone.
Well behind the play, Ladouceur gets a penalty as he was entangled with Poulin, and the Bruins go in their second power play.
Let's take a look at it. Down low, right at the very bottom middle of your screen, Ladouceur with Poulin pinned against the glass. David took a look, probably saw McCreary looking in, figured, well, I'll make like I'm going to try to take a stride or two out of the zone and go down. And he got the call.
Now he wants his team to do something with it.
Bees didn't do much on the first power play, but the Whalers have had excellent penalty killing throughout the series.
And they get the draw to Cote. Drops it in. Bourque and Wesley. Poulin is up front with Hodge and Neely. Not Janney on the power play. Wesley over the line. Broken up. Knocked away. Failed to make a play. Had Poulin there. And here comes Sear. Deflected into the stands, and the Bruins playing very, very tentative hockey.
That was all the way up into the upper deck. Hey, for all the latest breaking sports news and highlights, make sure you tune into NESN every weekday morning from 5 to 8 and catch Sports Desk, the morning edition. Each morning, Sports Desk will bring you up to date on the entire sports scene. So start your day off with 15 minutes of sports news, highlights, scores, and more. That's NESN Sports Desk with Amy Stone every weekday morning from 5 to 8 right here on NESN.
And now Janney comes out with Skriko and Neely.
Right here, Glenn Wesley gets caught. Cote, a nice poke check. His play was not to Poulin, what everyone would suspect it was. Ian Everson right there. He checked everyone off. The Whalers are doing a magnificent job of coverage.
And winning those faceoffs. It's back to Huda. He drives it down. 1:25 left on the second Boston power play. Skriko to Bourque. Up the middle with Neely. Goes to the left. And Huda knocks it away. And Dineen fires it down over the line. Tries a shot wide and high. And it ricochets all the way back to Richards. Huda, center ice. Knocked away, and Skriko starts back. Janney looking for Neely. Knocked outside the line. 3 minutes of Bruins power play, and they haven't had a shot. Bourque for Janney. Intercepted. Not out of the line, out of the zone. Skriko with it, back for Bourque. Bourque along the line. He's intercepted. It's cleared away by Shaw.
That was a big play by Sear. He checked Janney into Bourque so that neither of them could handle the puck.
Ray Bourque back. Power play Boston. Drops it in. Shaw hammers it out. The Bruins with 2 power plays and not a shot on. Over the line comes Rajicka. Rajicka intercepted by Everson. Cleared it out. Full strength. Bruins failed to get a shot on that power play. And 8 minutes left first period. At center ice, Galley breaks it up. Wojcicka over the line. Hooked down. Out goes Ladouceur again. Wojcicka might have broken in on that one. And a third power play for Boston coming up. It is Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. Back in a moment on Nesson.
Ladouceur from taking the penalty. I mean, the way the Whalers have been killing penalties, you can't give up any scoring possibility. You're better off taking the penalty. The Bruins just haven't been able to do it on the power play.
Yeah, you think that was hooking. What it was the left leg dragging underneath. That's the tripping part of it. And magnificent job of kind of holding him back with his stick. Remember, he's got reason to wring his wrist. I don't think he's... Goal here would be big for the Bruins.
Hodge, Neely, Poulin, the line. Yates and Hodge.
You're right, Derek. The Bruins don't get a score here. Whalers are going to say, hey, let's take some chances physically because Bruins just can't do anything.
Even the Whalers open it up, they're going to be in trouble. If they continue to play the way they're playing, frustrate the Bruins, it'll be a game plan I'd stick with.
Plus, you'll get the home crowd on the home team instead of behind the home team.
Well, the Bruins lose the draw, so they have to start at their end again. They've got 2 power plays and no shots.
They're being a little careful, a little too deliberate.
Wesley clears it in. Deflects off the dasher into the stand, so the faceoff will be at center ice. And the shots remain at 8, Hartford 2 for Boston.
Now, this is very similar to what went down in Game 1 when the Bruins came out a little tentative. Hartford came out with it, let it all hang out and carried the play.
Well, you know, talking about it at work today and on the street with people, everybody assumes that the Hartford Whalers are going to be beaten. Hartford Whalers
Except
right
for
there.
Hartford.
Rick Lee's got his team believing in themselves. John Cullen and Zalewski playing as well as they are. And Mark Hunter, don't forget that he's contributing to this hockey club.
Well, the Bruins have a complex on faceoffs now. They might as well just let the official give the puck to the Whalers. Here comes Bork. Gains the line. In for Neely, behind the net. Wheels it back around for Wesley. Over to Bork. The shot blocked. The Whalers, Zalewski breaks on a 3-on-2 with Tomlak. Tomlak deep on Bork. Puts it in front. The shot by Yates is just blocked by Wesley. Minute left on the power play. Neely over the line, taken down. Everson clears it out. Back is Wesley. Chased by Sear. Gets away from Sear. 40 seconds left. Wesley over the line for Neely. Neely's pass blocked by Everson. Marvelous defensive work by the Whalers, but you'd have to say it's the Bruins unable to execute.
They're forcing right now. Bruins are tight as a drum trying to force things. They're not flowing.
Around the boards, Christian keeps it in. Richards there. It's back for Galley. Galley, a shot. Blocked. Never reached Sedurkovic. And Cote drills it high and wide. 6 minutes left first period, no score. Galley for Christian. Rolled in on Sedurkovic. Drops it off. Bruins steal now. Janney holding, cutting. Can't set up Squeako. Squeako behind the net. Check. Full strength. Hartford. Cote knocks down Squeako, and the puck is clear. Mold forced to come out. Fire it to center ice. Bruins with 3 power plays in the first period and no shots. Janney breaks. Janney over the line. He's stopped. And Shaw clears it out.
What the Whalers are doing now are frustrating to the Bruins to such an extent that they're going for the individual play. I can carry it through the team play. Back to the team concept. They can get out of this. It's just going to take a break or two. A little hard work.
Bork, Burridge, Bob Sweeney breaks it out. With Bork, with Nyland, off for Nyland. Puts it on net, save. And the Whalers break back. Maybe a 2-on-1. Zalewski with Cullen. Cullen over the line, holds, shoots, great right pass save. And Moog knocks down a man in front. Zalewski trying to get him. Makes the stop here as Moog made the save on John Cullen. Dave Shea, NHL update.
All right, Fred, let's check on those other games. The Canadiens now with goals by Keane and Skrudlin lead it 2-0 in the first up at the Forum. At the Pittsburgh Civic Center, John McClain has struck for the Devils. They have the early lead. No scorers yet between the Rangers and the Washington Caps down in New York. This playoff update has been brought to you by Budweiser. Andy Moog guessed right on this one, figuring Cullen would go against the grain and try to hit far side, and so he dragged that right skate. Watch him.
Right here, Al Peterson stays with him, but Andy Moog, I think Dave saw it. Cullen executed it just a little early. Right here, goes outside, and he waits. Andy, nice save there. He was looking to drop his leg down completely, take it all away from him.
Now, this is a big moment this early in the hockey game. The Bruins failed to get a shot in 3 power plays. Now their penalty killers have to go out and stop Hartford's power play. They've got to.
You want to talk pressure on the penalty killers. If they lose the face-off, a couple of passes, and then they bang one. What a lift it's going to give Hartford.
They've done an excellent job, but that's just a carryover. Since the trade, their power play was running at 30% efficiency for the last month of the season. They've just carried that over into the playoffs.
Hartford Whalers had a tough time doing it. Was gelling as a hockey team. 5 even aside. Now you got them in their power play and playing well, even strength. So now they're concerned. The penalty killers have just stepped right up. Everson is playing great hockey.
Al Peterson for interference at 15-15. Cullen for beat. Hunter, Shaw, and Zalapsky face off to the right. Poulin trying to just foil it on Cullen. You can't win the face-off. At least try and prevent the other guy from getting a clean draw back to somebody.
John Cullen wins most of his face-offs, Fred, with that second effort. They lock sticks in the first one. Here's just a look at it right there. Poulin trying to fight it. There's the second effort.
It's one for Shaw. Whalers win it again. In for Cullen. Watched by Galley. In front for a beat shot. Blocked by Don Sweeney, and Galley clears. Wesley and Bork have played most of the period. There's a trip by Lazaro, but
Lazaro had him.
Shaw winding up again. In the center ice. Drives it in. Around the boards for a beat, able to keep it in. Don Sweeney trying to get it, and Cullen does. Cullen behind the net, fakes. Gets it back for Shaw. Shaw shot blocked in front by Don Sweeney, and the Bruins. Galley able to clear it out. Lazaro fights Brick. Bruins Poulin intercepts and clears. Boston able to get Ray Bork out there now after a minute rest. He's on with Wesley, Bob Sweeney, and Burridge. Here comes Zalapsky. Moves it in deep. Bork gets it. Intercepted. Puck rolls back. Kept in by Richards. Richards to Cullen. Cullen flips it for Richards. Shot. Save. Rebound. Cullen. Blocked. Beautiful goaltending by Andy Moog. Puck kept in by the Whalers. Cullen a shot. Moog the save. How did he make that one? The Bruins look as though they're going to clear. Failed to do it. And the Whalers put a ton of pressure on, led by Cullen.
Then Wesley clears this out and hits the stanchion that holds the glass in. Comes right back in front of the net. Andy Moog makes a great right leg save. Let's take the whole series right here. Back to Richards. Moog's just trying to get up on top of his crease as it squirts loose. Now watch Cullen jump in the open spot, lose the puck. Now Wesley gets to this, fires it out, hits the boards, comes right back in front of the net. Bork gets hooked, turn around, right leg. Boy, that was close.
Andy Moog has been nothing less than sensational here in this first period.
Just got the foot on it. Then he goes, it gets poked loose. Tough day at the beach. Andy Moog would like his team coming back a little tighter than this.
One for Shaw again. Shot, screen, save, Moog. Kept in by the Whalers. Bounces now for Burridge, and the Bruins finally able to clear it out. Bruins can ill afford, though, to take any penalties. The way the Whalers put the heat on them. The Whalers have 12 shots, the Bruins 3. Burridge checked at center ice. And Halik, a lead for Brown. Moe gets it around for Burridge. Burridge off the boards, and Don Sweeney clears. And they kind of survived that one. Cullen, usually brilliant, was. Here comes Yates flying over the line. Gets it for Halik. The shot is blocked. Great play by Don Sweeney, and he is smashed down by Brown. And Brown is tripped by Galley. Oh, Galley stuck a leg out on him. Bruins clear it out. The Whalers really on fire. 2:15 left. First period, no score thanks to Andy Moe. Marquardt back. Fires in. Rajicka trying to get it. Can't. Ladouceur breaks it up. 3-on-2. Drop pass for Cullen. Cullen intercepted by Rajicka. And the Bruins break it out. Can't set up a play with Marquardt. Big play by Rajicka. He intercepted Cullen. Great now by Cullen. Cullen over the line. Holding, faking, broken up. Took really 2 men to cover him. No score, 1:35 left, first period. 12 shots to Whalers, 3 Boston. Despite the fact the Bruins had 3 power plays, they failed to get a shot on any of them. Over the line now, Janney trying to move in with Lazaro. Lazaro, Neely moving in. At the point, Weimer. Shot deflected wide. Neely gets it in the corner. Checked on the play. Peterson trying to keep it in. Can't. Dineen breaks it out. A 3-on-2. Dineen broken up by Weimer. And down goes Peterson on the play as he's tangled with Dineen. It is Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. First period on Nesson.
There's a look at Bill McCreary.
Neely for interference at 19:01.
Good call right there, top of your screen. Take Sear all the way. Okay, lets it go a lot. Right here, Weimer picks up Dineen, who just got a little indecision. There's a tough spot. Puck in the kind of the fulcrum of that whole circle Janney was turning on.
What's wrong with the Bruins? They're not playing up any measure, anywhere near their capabilities.
The Hartford Whalers are playing extremely well at this point. Not letting them get started, Fred. Really, it's going to take that second effort. Really, that sacrifice the body, one for the Gipper type of effort. And they've got to come up with it, and they've got to find it pretty soon. What they want to do is survive this period.
Here comes Pullen. He got the face-off over the line with Lazaro. Lazaro in. Saved by Stodurkovich. A short-handed bid. Pullen to Lazaro. The best chance for the Bruins in the first period. 45 seconds left. Pullen, a great play to Lazaro in front. Lazaro falls down in the corner, and the Whalers come out with Cullen. Broken up at the line. He knocks down Lazaro. Bruins scrap for it. Pullen trying to get it. But now, winding up, it is Hunter. Hunter over the line. Checked by Bork. Loses to Pullen. Pullen can't clear it out. A marvelous stop on Cullen, who intercepted Pullen. Blocked in. And Moog, another terrific save. John Cullen had the chance. Bruins failing to clear when they get possession. 6 seconds left. And the Bruins will have to regroup. Here's Brown knocked down by Don Sweeney. They've been battling all through the period. Here's Bob Sweeney and Verbeek jousting. But McCrary's going to let it go. And Don Sweeney giving away a lot of weight and height to Brown has more than matched him and made some marvelous blocks in the period. The shots, Hartford 13, Boston 4. Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. Intermission highlights in a moment. Okay, Tom, scoreless, 1:02 left on Neely's penalty. Power play for Hartford.
Well, face-offs. We've been discussing face-offs for quite a while. Boston Bruins are having, all season long, they were very good at it. Ken Hodge was one of the better ones. Bobby Carpenter certainly. Craig Janney won more than his share, and Dave Poulin was excellent. Right now, things are not working out for the Bruins in that. And Dave Poulin is in the face-off right here with John Cullen. Watch Cullen's body position. he's going to start to cheat. There he's moving already. And Cullen is being locked with pull and stick. But his body position has him in good shape with a second swipe at it. Dave got tied up with his feet trying to win it with his feet, which is one theory, but Cullen kept his hands free, and that's what really the Bruins are struggling with that. The second one we're going to take a look at is Craig Janney and Tomlak. Now Tomlak is going to get down first, Janney a little later. Tomlak is just going to swipe it through. Janney's, the philosophy he was using there was to just kind of pick it out of the air, which when you're going against someone who isn't really enthusiastic about winning face-offs or concentrating, it's an excellent way to do it. A lot of times Janney wins face-offs exactly that way. He's got great eye-hand coordination and picking them out of the air, or picking them just as the second they hit the ice. But right there, Tomlak was just full swipe, sweep it away. Bruins got to get back to that. Winning draws, they got to get back to winning the little muscles, the muscle fights in the corners. And now the Whalers hitting, skating, doing everything right. The Bruins just cannot get down on themselves.
Brown and Bob Sweeney got unsportsmanlike conduct, but it is still the power play for Hartford. Neely has 1:02 left. This is Hartford's second power play. Boston's had 3. Cullen out there with Hunter in for beat. And the draw won by Boston. I think there was a cheer from the fans. Wesley clears it. Shaw starts it out. Lazaro and Poulin on for Boston. Clear in deep. Back for Wesley. Up the boards and out. Lazaro tangling with Zalapski. Cullen, who had 3 shots.
Bruins are giving John Cullen an awful lot of room to work out there. Very tricky, changes direction quickly.
Moog traps it. Drops it for Bork, and Bork is broken up. And right in front, a shot and a save on Cullen. Ray Bork had possession. Moog was there. Wesley was there. And there is
Moog is
broken up. They lost it. And it almost resulted in a goal.
You're going to watch Ray Bork is going to try to pull it away from Wesley. Rather than get his hand on the stick around the puck, he pokes it away from himself, and that's the end result of losing. Right there, Raymond almost had it. Now Hunter's got it. Knocks it loose to Verbeek. To Cullen coming out front, gets it on the backhand. Andy Moog waiting there for him. But the other angle showed it. Ray Bork poke checked it away from himself. Just take your eye off it a little bit.
Andy Moog has saved the day. 20 seconds left in the Hartford power play. Cullen stays out there. Hunter in for beat. Zalapski and Richards. Bob Sweeney does not win it. Richards fires, deflected, blocked in front. Bork clears it all the way to Sidorkovic. 10 seconds left on the Whalers power play. A breakup. Burridge tried to drop it for Bob Sweeney, and the puck cleared away to center ice. Cullen over the line for beat. A shot deflected by Peterson, high and wide. Full strength Boston. Neely can't move out with it. The Whalers keep it in. Deneen moves it behind the net. Around the boards, Burridge trying to come out. Gets it to Bob Sweeney. A break here with Neely. Looks for Neely. Neely puts it across. Nobody there to collect it but Deneen. And Deneen checked, but they work it to center ice. Deneen gets it over the line. Fires. Another block by Andy Moog into the stands. And the Whalers getting a ton of chances.
This copyrighted program is brought to you under pay cable TV rights granted by the Boston Bruins solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or the use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the written consent of the New England Sports Network and the Boston Bruins is prohibited.
And Kevin Deneen think he can't shoot a puck. That's a little deflection. Gets up on Andy Moog. Oh, very sharp thus far.
When that play started out of the Hartford end, guys, it looked like a 2-line offside.
Close.
15-5, the shots for the Whalers. The Bruins can't get on track. Not playing well at all. Everson with Sear and Deneen.
No, I think Bob Sweeney said it best. Make the play quicker, make it earlier. force the Whalers to fall off the check so they can't finish them as well as they're finishing them. They're going to spring some players loose if they'll just head up and make that quick play, that fast pass.
The draw to Ladouceur. Shot to see by Andy Moe. And the puck back at the point, kept in by Cote. Sear with it. Moves it in deep. In the corner, behind the net to Deneen. Hit by Bob Sweeney. Wesley hit by Sear. And Bruins break it out. Galley for Wesley with Burry. Wesley over the line. Shot. Missed. Wide. Might have been deflected wide. And back comes Deneen. With Everson. Fires it into the corner. It trickles near Moog. He ties it up. Lost to nothing. Hartford nothing. Back in a moment on Nesson.
Excellent rush by Glenn Wesley. Coming down here, there's Ladouceur going to come down. Burridge curling inside. Watch him deflect it. Just gets a knee on it, deflects it wide. Wesley trying to use Ladouceur for a screen. He'd set that up well with a little drag and snap it. Ladouceur got a piece of it.
This is not the Bruins team we've seen all season long. Not the Whalers team either.
No, I was just going to say, I think it's more of not being the Whalers. They have really turned it up.
Well, the Bruins could hardly play worse.
And the Whalers can hardly play better, so.
Nearly out. Andy Moog has saved the day so far. Scoreless game, opening minutes of the second period. Richards knocked into the net. And
net dislodged with a collision with Neely.
Oh, what a shot Neely gave him.
You know, the Hartford Whalers, the likes of the Verbeeks and the Hunters, acquired from other teams. You got Cullen, Zalapsky. They've always had a cast that could play hockey. Now they're getting the leadership. Here's good hockey up the middle to Tom Lack. There's Neely taking Richards.
Boy, Neely with a shot.
And then it was good hockey making the play up the middle. But right now, Tom Lack a little bit out of position there.
Now Neely venting some of his frustration. They've had him covered pretty well all night long.
Got to be mad. I mean, you're going to get angry. It's got to happen to you.
Fork to Weimer. Weimer slides it in. The Bruins are offside. Not doing the little things well.
McKenzie and Nyland are going to become an issue here. The physical game. This is the type of game that ends up with the frustration in a brawler. Brawler too. Nyland just trying to upset the way things are going. Everything is going against the Bruins. Puck is bouncing for the Whalers because they're working harder. They're moving it better.
Joel McCreary telling the two of them, watch your step or you'll have a seat across the way.
Hodge, Nyland, and Rajicka. Hodge has won 2 faceoffs in a row. Rajicka now for Hodge over the line. Off for Nyland. Bearing in a backhander and a save as Nyland coming in on the off-wing side. Had a backhander on Sidorkovic. Set up by Hodge. Cote, Tom Lack trying to, McKenzie trying to get Nyland going.
Nyland trying to get 3 Whalers in a row going.
And Bill McCreary's going to let it ride.
Bill McCreary, tough referee. You know you're going to come and earn your pay. When he referees a hockey game, he doesn't blow the whistle that often. It's got to be pretty well a complete, flagrant, blatant breaking of the rules. Now Cote's going to come into the corner. Going to go around the back of the net. Well, I wanted to show Cote curling the bump into Nyland, and then the next one, onto McKenzie. Kind of worked his way up the ladder.
Hodge, Nyland, Rajicka with Weimer and Bork.
Here's Nyland here after the hit. Cote coming in. Let's see if he can draw a penalty. There's an elbow. And Tom Lack.
Now start taking a number.
Still going on.
Rajicka against Halik. Draw one by Rajicka for Bork. Quick shot, save Sidorkovic. Puck cleared, Weimer gets it back. Rajicka, good play for Hodge. Shot, save, loose. And it's away to McKenzie and the clear out. And a 3-on-2, maybe 3-on-1. And the pass missed in front of the net by Tom Lack. A shot here by Cote, wide. Whalers keep it in. Bruins trying to break it out. Might have had a breakaway, and a penalty coming up, a cross-checking penalty. It is Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. Back in a moment on Nesson.
Ruzicka.
Jim Weeman must have had a heck of a cross-check during this penalty.
Well,
Made firewood out of his stick.
Shattered it. They're trying to pick up the pieces. Right.
They don't build them that way, do they?
No, that's a little fiberglass bonding on the shaft, down in the blade area. But here it comes here. That's going to go in the corner. Weimer's at the top left of your circle. He's going to come 20 feet on Halik, I mean. Brady broke it right there in front of the net on Tomlak. And Vladimir Ruzicka was gone. Of course, Weimer can't. You don't see that when it happens.
Third power play of the game for the Hartford Whalers. And it's off for Zalapsky. Quick shot, a save by Moe. Cut loose. A shot by Verbeek, deflected wide. Poulin gets it away to Lazaro. Coming on Zalapsky. Don Sweeney coming up. Zalapsky breaks up Lazaro. Zalapsky up the middle. Drives it around. Poulin trying to chop it out. Can't. Don Sweeney able to clear it now. And Cullen winding up. Away for Hunter. Bruins force it back. Lazaro and Poulin checking tightly. Shaw drives it in. Poulin going for it. Now deep, Don Sweeney. Up the boards. Lazaro able to clear it out. Mike Milbury able to make a change. Minute 8 left on the power play. Shaw hammers it around the board. Verbeek takes a hard hit from Galley. Good body checker. Squeako trying to jam it up. Out of the corner. The Whalers keep it. It rolls now for a clear out by Galley. Shaw drives it in. Poulin still out there. Galley able to clear it away. Bruins break it. Poulin coming on Shaw. Shot blocked by Shaw as he cut at 30 feet. 35 seconds left on the Whalers power play. It is Cullen over the line. Check. Brown gets it. In deep. Bork behind the net. Chops it around. And Wesley has it. Bruins started out. Wesley clears it. 20 seconds left on the Whalers power play. 5 minutes into the second period. No score. Yates fires it around. Brown going for it. Behind the net. Moog able to tie it up at the side of the net. 6 seconds left. And the Bruins, excellent penalty killing on this sequence.
They were skating in that sequence.
Bruins are playing a lot better here in this second period. More intensity, more energy, more enthusiasm. I guess it all comes down to intensity, doesn't it?
You know what happened was the first time anyone put a sneaky move and beat anybody was Ruzicka. He beat 2 Whalers at the blue line. He curled it back, laid it back to Kenny Hodge. Hodge had a nice shot on that. The Whalers started to, whoa, and they tightened a little bit.
That all started with winning the faceoff.
They won, and they start doing things in that positive direction. The Whalers have got to back off. You guys can't be running all over the building unless things are going your way.
And you can't always be starting at the other end of the building either, Derek. You know, that gets old too.
Hodge against Yates. And back to Cote. Cote keeps it in. In deep. Goes to Yates. Boston back at full strength. Whalers get it to Brown. Brown is hit by Wesley. Puck rolls in front, and Moog ties it up. And the Bruins back at full strength. Each team 3 power plays, and neither is converted. Boston nothing, Hartford nothing. Back at the moment on Nesson. Ken Hodge, he's won a couple of faceoffs in this second period.
Great rookie year Ken Hodge has had. First Stanley Cup playoff series where he's getting a lot of ice time. Goal, 3 assists, I believe.
The line is Hodge, Christian, and Nyland. Yake on the faceoff with Krieger and Sear to the right of Andy Moe. Each team with 4 shots in the second period.
Kenny Hodge, excellent faceoff man during the year. He's got to get the knack back. They're working on it.
Into the corner, Weimer there. Now to Bork. So the Bruins won that one. Bork starts it out. Away from Tomlak. Fires it over the line. And it is called offside, as Bork was slowed down a bit moving it in.
Nesson's got the Boston Red Sox in action this Saturday afternoon at 1:15. The Sox will be battling slugger Albert Bell and the Cleveland Indians at Fenway Park. Bob Kurtz will have Red Sox Digest at 12:30. Then at 1:15, Roger Clemens, Jack Clark, and the Red Sox take on the Indians. That's Saturday afternoon, and it's live on Nesson.
Excellent move by Tomlak to force Bork wide. Then he dumps it off the glass. There he's going to say that it was offside at that point.
And now the line is Janney centering Nyland on the left and Neely on the right. No score. Huda drives it in. Back is Bork. Whalers changing their line. Bork intercepted by Dineen. Dineen puts it in front. Missed by Sear. Right outside the crease. Ray Bork has given up the puck a couple of times. Uncharacteristically. And that one, Dineen and Sear almost converted. Weimer and Neely to Bork. Fires it in. Wide. Everson there. Check. Neely in front. Missed. Dineen starts up. 3-on-2 for the moment. A lead for Cote, too far. And Nyland in the corner on Dineen. Heavy hitting there. Bork gets it away. But not a good pass to Neely. All the way down to Sidorkovic. Neely out of nowhere down to battle him. Knocked it right there near Sidorkovic. Caught in his pads as Neely, that extra effort there.
Oh, great acceleration by Cam coming over the blue line. He knew he had a chance to get to it, and he just one-hands this thing on net.
That is sure not wanting to pick up a call. Doesn't really get to Neely. And Cam almost. He chopped that. So Dirkowitz isn't there. That's in the net. That was a nice play by Neely. That'll back you up as a defenseman. He starts coming down that right wing side like a train. You just tend to say, oh, I better back up. He's going to beat me and embarrass me.
Everybody in green is keying on that man, Raymond Bork, every time he touches the puck. Of course, that's a mandatory key if you're an opponent. One is Bork, another is Neely, another is Janney.
Janney against Verbeek, and Verbeek won it. Puck is cleared. Moog has to play it because Cullen is coming down. And Hunter intercepts, but Janney back to check him. Now Verbeek gets it. In front, Cullen is checked on the play. Puck goes to center ice. Neely after it. Neely winding up. Away from Verbeek. Broken up. Hunter over the line with Cullen. With Verbeek heading for the net. Cullen moves in behind the net. Holding. Puts it in front for Shaw. Screen shot. Score on a deflection. Cullen set it up as Shaw fired. And Hartford leads 1-0.
It's a high stick. I don't know if they're going to call it. Going to make it a goal. Bruins trying to say it was deflected with a high stick.
Well, the turnover at center ice led to this. Neely made a good move to get out into neutral ice, but then the interception and basically a 3-on-1.
And here Hunter taking Neely. He gets out deep in the slot. Up high.
That is Shaw's goal. Looked like a went-off Don Sweeney.
Here's we're going to get it. That's way high. Don Sweeney might have tipped it.
That one was headed over everything.
Shaw's a little smile there for a gift goal.
And the man who set it up was John Cullen. He has been tremendous. Not a chance for Moog on that. Whalers keep it in again. Rob Brown. Check. Krieger. Around for Yates. Wesley. Out to center ice. Winding up is Christian now. Over the line. Poulin. Shot. And Yates. Jamming it.
Yake and Wesley.
And they'll be going, and 12:14 left. Brad Shaw from Cullen and Mark Hunter at 7:16. The Whalers lead.
Shane Heyer not too happy with Yake.
Hey, sports fans, be sure to join me this Tuesday for another edition of Big Shots on Causeway. A half hour of conversation with those guys who've made Boston Garden a house of champions over the years. And coming up Tuesday, my guest will be Rick Middleton. It's Big Shots on Causeway, Tuesday nights at 7, right here on NESN.
Yake and Wesley, 2 minutes each for roughing.
Here's what Wesley takes exception to. A spear by Yake.
Yake spent most of the season in Springfield. Well, Cullen creates the offense, and the Yakes and the Kriegers do the rest. Hold forth over the line. Holding. Fires in front. Knocked away by Sidorkovich. Going Spico. Able to keep it in. Huda checks Poulin. Poulin gets it. Near the net. Knocked away. Christian behind the net. Spico forcing the play. Bork moves in. And the Whalers break out. Possible 2-on-1. Tomlak checked all the way by Spico. But Huda follows up. Huda looking for Brown. Just checked at the last second by Poulin. 1-0 to Hartford. Poulin knocks down Huda, but the puck goes to Brown. Brown over the line for Krieger. A blocker saved by Andy Moog. Bruins trying to come out. They're all thumbs. Can't do it. Christian finally just able to clear it out. As a very composed Whaler team starts back. Here's Brown, a front shot and a save by Andy Moog. And he is able to hang on. 11:03 left in the second period. 1-0 to Hartford on NESN.
And Doug Huda playing very well for the Whalers. Right here, Dave Poulin. Good hit. Huda, there's a little shove into the boards, a good measure. Huda had a little presence to just make sure that when he got knocked down, he got it out. That's the good, safe, extra play the Whalers have been making.
The draw is Zalapsky, the screen shot off the side of the net. Down the boards, Bruins trying to work it out, can't. Cullen able to keep it in. And Barrett gets it out to Bob Sweeney. Bob Sweeney loses to Shaw. Right back for Verbeek. Cullen can't get it. Bruins break it out. Hodge coming over the line, right wing side. Deep shot. Saves to Durkovich. And safely behind the net for Zalapsky. Don Sweeney presses to keep it in. Does. Up for Burridge. Now for Hodge. Hodge intercepted by John Cullen. Behind the back to Zalapsky. Hunter is offside, and Zalapsky ripped one. He scored the other night in a goal like that on the left wing side. This play was offside, but he let it go with authority. Tom Larson, NHL update.
Fred, the Buffalo Sabres have come back to tie the Montreal Canadiens. It was once 2-0 to Montreal, but this goal by Grant Ledyard in the second period at 4 minutes and 54 seconds has Buffalo back even again, tied at 2-2 at the Forum in the second period.
Andy Moog gets to see. Zarley Zalapsky unloads one. Andy makes sure he just smothers that. Move is offside.
The Bruins have 7 shots. The Whalers have 6 in this, the second period. We're almost halfway through the game, and the Bruins have mustered just 11 shots. In the first period, they had 3 power plays and failed to get a shot. Well, about as poor a performance by the Bruins as they've had all year. Galley is broken up. Bounces away to Don Sweeney. He clears in. Barrett hustling in. Hits Sidorkovich. Bob Sweeney trying to keep it in. Halik checked by Burridge. They battle on the boards. Rajicka dug it free. Into the corner. Wrapped around. Not out. Now it is controlled by Tomlak. He skates it out. A 3-on-2. And Halik broken up by Don Sweeney. Out comes Rajicka. A lead for Burridge. He can't get it. Cote knocks it away. Rajicka starts it back with Ray Bork. 9:25 left. Second period. and the Bruins cannot muster an offense. Here comes Bork over the line. Puts it in front. Intercepted by Cote. Bork challenges, keeps it in. Now Ladouceur digs it free. Gives it to Cote. And it's out to center ice. Evison rushing. Mercier. Shot and a save by Andy Moog again. 20 shots by the Whalers. 11 for Boston. The Bruins ice it. And back goes Richards. 8:54 left here in the second period. The game dominated by the Hartford Whalers, and they lead it 1-0 on NESN.
Brings a lot to the team when he's got a great pair of hands, the ability to play the puck. When you're in a physical game like this, someone is going to have to start playing the puck. Someone's going to have to start stealing it from people. Right here, Rajitska goes in, soft pair of hands, picks it out. Now you got everybody has to go back to their checks. It's just a good poke check right there by Tomlak. Right here, a little check. Randy Burridge, a gentle little bump on Sidorkowicz.
Evison on the draw to the left of Andy Moog against Dave Poulin. Sear and Dineen on the wings. For Dineen, for Huda. Driven in. Is Wesley. Up the boards, not out. Huda drives it right back in. Jim Weimer winding up with Wesley. Wesley to center ice. Long shot, saves Sidorkowicz. That's all the Bruins get. An occasional shot. And no rebounds. And here comes Hartford again in the Boston zone. Lazaro broke it up. Looking for Janney. Janney can't get it. And Rob Brown right back for Yates. Yates, a shot blocked. Bruins can't clear it out. Brown keeps it in. Behind the net, Weimer going for it. Now Janney winding up. 8 minutes left, second period. Janney with Lazaro. Over the line for Lazaro in. Just broken up by Sidorkowicz. Did not have control. A magnificent play by Janney. Now he battles Ladouceur. The Whalers get it to Dineen. Checked by Don Sweeney. Puck kept in by the Bruins. Goes to Galley. Screenshot blocked. Evison trying to clear it out. Don Sweeney keeps it in. Backhanded by Neely. A stop by Ladouceur. Around the boards. Galley can't get it. And back in the Boston end.
Great hustle by Craig Janney there. That's what the Bruins need. More of that.
Here at center ice. Gets it over the line. Shot blocked by Galley to Janney. With courage. They back off him. He goes deep. Deeper. And then is broken up by Cote and knocked down on the play. Neely fights for it. For Janney. Can't cut in front. Evison checked him. And the Whalers work it out to Dineen. 7 minutes left, second period. It is 1-0 Hartford. The goal by Shaw. Cullen set it up. He has 9 points in the series. Neely is broken up. Gets it back. Forced to clear it out. Well, you wonder if Neely or Bork don't have the flu or something. Galley is hooked down. And he got it over the line. Burridge with it. In front. Bob Sweeney can't get it. It's controlled by Zalapski. He's pulled down. Bob Sweeney gets it for Peterson. Peterson shot in. Blocked by the Whalers in front. Checked by the Bruins. Kept in. Shaw. Burridge moving for it. And the Whalers get it free to Zalapski, and it's cleared out. A desperate Bruins team. It's only 1-0 Hartford, but the Whalers playing so well. Verbeek gets it out now to Hunter. Back for Verbeek. And his shot deflected wide. Bork winding up. A lead on the right for Nyland. Nyland over the line on Huda. Goes deep. Puts it in front, but Bork can't get it as he broke for the net. The Whalers come back. Bruins all out. The defenseman pinching in, trying to create something. Here comes Christian over the line. Cuts right. Shoots. And Sidorkowicz, a magnificent save. That's the best. Kept in by Christian in front. Knocked away. Galley trying to get it. He's ridden to the boards. Around the boards. Christian covering at the point. Kept it in with Squeako. Squeako holding. Broken up. The Whalers. Cullen breaks. Cullen intercepted by Wesley. 1-0 Hartford. Wesley for Poulin. Poulin drops it off for Spico. Goes deep. Shot. Save. Sidorkovich. That was on the mark. Weimer a shot. Deflected into the corner. Don Sweeney going for it. Stopped. Sidorkovich shaken up a bit as he got entangled with Poulin. Poulin is going out apparently. It is Hartford 1, Boston nothing. Second period on Nesson.
Poulin's starting to play a little bit better. They're getting things going. Right there, that isn't really what... There's the slash by Sidorkovich. Nice chop across the ribs. Could have said both of them. Hey, Poulin kind of ushered into Sidorkovich. Poulin a little upset with that call. Good hustle by this line. Davy Christensen leads the way with a couple of great moves. Right here, an outside step around Richards, then it snapped off the shot quick. Sidorkovich gets an arm on it, a little bit too high. Peter Sidorkovich playing a little better coming out. That might be the call that he got it on, not the other one. I can see now that being the call. That was Poulin taking him out.
Yeah, somebody took Poulin out. That's why he slid into him.
Well, that's what I mean. Did he or didn't he? In the corner of the picture, did he pirouette and fall? Or was he absolutely, boom, couldn't change direction, knocked that way. The other one, he was kind of ushered into Sidorkovich. The first replay we saw. So that second one looked a little more blatant.
The lone goal of the game by Brad Shaw at 7:16 from Cullen and Hunter. And this is the fourth Hartford power play of the game. The Bruins had 3 power plays, all in the first period. Burridge and Bob Sweeney, Don Sweeney and Ray Borkheim. Zalapsky over the line for Cullen offside.
Bruins got a break there.
Shane, you have to wait for me. I don't have to wait.
Well, that gets it done, right? You have to wait for me.
I think Bob Sweeney was telling the linesman, hey, he's dropping the puck before I'm even set to go.
And that is a big part of face-offs. What it is, the way you do it, the home team gets the advantage of putting down the stick second. But see, that puck is dropped long before Bob Sweeney is ready, being the second man in. What Bruins want to do is get set earlier, regardless, home or away. Get in there, get your stick on the ice, get prepared. Watch his hand, it'll go up before it comes down. And that's when you move. Watch Cullen will try to get in there on those. That was a good clean drop.
Cullen won it. Hunter over the line. Dropped it, but Zalapsky couldn't contain it. 4:42 left in the second period. 1-0 the Whalers. And the Bruins with 11 shots in this period. And the Whalers with 7. Here comes Cullen. Over the line of Verbeek. He makes those slick passes. Gets it in deep. Wraps it around the boards. Bob Sweeney can't clear it out. Tipped in by Hunter. Verbeek. Burridge trying to slam it out. Rolls. Lowe clears it, but not out. Here comes Shaw lining it up. Shaw in the Verbeek. In the Cullen to Verbeek. Cullen looking in front for Hunter. Didn't work. And the Bruins, Bob Sweeney able to clear. 1 minute left on the Hartford power play.
Excellent replay. I mean, hustle there by Ray Bork. Good defensive work, tough defensive work in front of the net.
It is Cullen over the line. Gets it for Zalapsky. For Brown. Knocked away by Galley. Kept in for Beak from Cullen. Behind the net. Lazaro. A heavy, heavy hit. And Don Sweeney able to drive it out.
Had Dave Christian, had he paused just a second, first thing you want to do is get it out.
28 seconds left on the Hartford power play. Here comes Holit. Ricochets around for Yates. For Richards. In deep. Don Sweeney, Holit go for it. Brown with it. Wraps it around the boards. Lazaro there, able to clear it out. 10 seconds on the Hartford power play. Hartford leads 1-0. 3 minutes left here in period number 2. Holit over the line for Brown. Brown walking in. Saved by Andy Moe. Oh, he smoked that one. Just pull it out of the box for Ganny. Ganny goes deep in front. Knocked by Sidorkovich on Poulin. The Bruins had a bid. A long lead pass for Yates. Moe there. Flips it to Bork. Bork broken up. Holit kept it in. Intercepted by Nyland. Nyland out. Nyland for Neely. Neely checked on the boards. Did not handle the pass well. Does not look up to speed. Could be physical.
No, it's not physical. Cam Neely's trying to right now think his way through this. He's getting double coverage. Done it before. Hartford Whalers are really looking for Neely, and they're not letting Ray Bourque carry the puck. What the Whalers are doing is forcing Bourque to move it, forcing him to pass it, and pass it early.
Everson forechecking. Bourque gets it out to Nyland, to Janney. Janney to Nyland, offside at the Hartford Whaler line. 1:57 left here in the second period. Hartford 1, Boston nothing. More action on Nesson in a moment. Great Janney.
Janney and Poulin, an excellent play by Poulin. Janney wants to pull it, but see the recovery of Cote. Forces Janney outside just for a second. Poulin recovers. This has got Sudurkowicz beat, but it hits his left foot. Janney just can't get to the rebound. Excellent play, Janney Poulin. Good hard work from Janney. Created a lot of things. Nyland and Verbeek verbalizing.
Face-off coming up outside the Whaler line.
Kevin Dineen.
Knocked over the line, and Weimer started for it, but Ladouceur gets it. On defense with Cote. Amazing how well that Hartford defense has played. His steer going to the corner. He's onside, puts it in front. Dineen just checked at the last minute by Janney. Everson keeps it in. A pass tipped away by Neely.
Bruins got a break there.
Janney breaking now, over the line. Stopped by Cote, pokes it in, and Dineen gets it. Could be icing. Weimer. No icing. Whalers Sear got there. Cam Neely starts it out now. Flips it for Janney. Janney broken up. Checked immediately. And Dineen breaks to center ice. A minute left. His shot blocked. Western for Janney. Break here with Neely. Up for Neely. Neely trying to bear in, and he's ridden off by Zalapsky and taken off the play and never got the shot on. A very frustrated Cam Neely. Interception, Brown on Bourque, and a marvelous save by Andy Moog. Prevented a goal. I have not seen Ray Bourque give away the puck in a whole season.
Well, when you get
like tonight,
you get a team as well as the Hartford Whalers are playing. They start forcing you to do things that you've never done in your life. Right here, it's a little curl and slide. That's just a flat giveaway. Ray Bourque gets up to recover, but it's Andy Moog on a flipping puck, end over end shot. The Bruins are trying to make the quick play now, trying to make sure that they can move the puck quicker and catch the Whalers in that transition game from forechecking to being caught deep. A little bit of a gamble there that never paid off.
Well, Bourque looks tired, and he has played a lot in all the games. Squeako fires it in. 35 seconds left. Around the boards, Poulin keeps it in. Trying to center it, knocked away by Sudurkowicz. Here comes Cullen. Bourque is out there with Galley. Dropped for Hunter. Beautiful save by Andy Moog. And Squeako breaks it out. 4 men going. A shot. And Sudurkowicz just able to cover the rebound as Poulin tried to get it and is punched by Huda in the corner.
He may very well have Huda alone on this. Cullen would make a mistake. Actually, Squeako's a little tougher than Cullen thinks.
18 seconds left in the period. The Bruins rushed 4 men then. Squeako elected to shoot when
Squeako was thinking rebound, really. The Whalers had zoned that off pretty well. They had 3 of them back there.
Huda gets a roughing call. The Bruins will go in their 4th power play. The Hartford Whalers have had 4 power plays, haven't scored on it. They have the lone goal of the game by Shaw. From Cullen and Hunter.
See, the goal itself, Andy Moog's made some tremendous saves that should have been goals. The one they got was a deflection A fluttering shot too high, deflected off the stick of Don Sweeney into the Bruins net. Of the fluke variety, the Bruins could certainly use a fluke.
24 total shots by the Whalers. So that gives them 11. Andy Moog has held the Bruins in there. A power play for Boston, 18 seconds left. Bruins, Bork is out there. Poulin, Haley, Janney, Wesley Bork. Face off into the corner. Neely back to Bork. Bork in deep. Janney can't get it. Wesley has it. 9 seconds left. So Janney in front. Rolls to Bork. 5 seconds left. Bork moving, shooting. Deflected high. Around the boards and out, and that'll do it. 1:43 left on the Boston power play. Their 4th of the game, starting period number 3. At the end of 2 periods, it is Hartford 1 and Boston nothing. Intermission highlights in a moment.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Right Guard Sports Stick from Gillette. Anything less would be uncivilized. And by the Discover card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. And by Nissan, building cars for people who want more than just a means of getting from here to there. Nissan, built for the human race.
All right, thank you, Tom. And the Hartford Whalers tonight doing what they've done right from the opening bell, and that is check tightly and kill penalties very well, win a lot of face-offs. This guy sitting next to me has been one of the prime culprits if you're a Bruin follower, Dean Evison. And you guys are obviously playing at a lot higher level than you did wrapping up the season, Dean.
Well, yeah, I think any time that you play in the playoffs and the Bruins especially, you know, we get pretty fired up, and you know, I think a lot of our guys picked our momentum up, picked our games up a little bit, and whenever you play the playoffs, I mean, you're obviously trying to step it up from the season.
You guys are playing almost as if you're trying to prove a point, and even though a year ago you had no idea who or if you'd face the Bruins in the playoffs, but have you in the back of your minds been pointing to this series since last year? Well,
I think so. I think, you know, any time that you get into the playoffs period, you figure on playing the Boston Bruins no matter how far you go, no matter where we finish. Obviously, we would have enjoyed finishing up a little higher where we would have avoided them in the first round and maybe got to them in the second round with a little momentum. But I think we've created quite a rivalry now between the Bruins and the Whalers, and, you know, geographically, we're so close. It creates a lot of fans coming up and down, and it's a great atmosphere for hockey.
There's been 2 keys, I think, that have stood out thus far in the series from a Hartford point of view. One is their penalty killing, which began with that major penalty they killed in game number 1. Let's talk about that first, Dean. You folks have played with an awful lot of confidence, a man short.
Yeah, you know, our penalty killing was good all year. I mean, we were like 4, 5, 6, you know, around that mark the whole season. We fell back a little bit at the end of the season, which, you know, as you said, towards the end of the season, we kind of fell apart. But I mean, we had a lot of new personnel involved in our hockey team, and you know, we just had a little bit of trouble meshing as a hockey club. And you know, if we can play well defensively, I mean, special teams is a key in the playoffs, and whenever you can kill a lot of penalties and obviously score on the power play, you're going to be pretty successful.
Yeah, that major back in the opening minutes of game 1, that pretty much set the tempo for this entire series to this point.
Absolutely. I mean, if they would have scored a couple on that, you know, it could have changed the tempo of the whole series. And you know, we could have been down in a hurry in game 1 and had to fight back. And obviously, we don't want to do that against a caliber hockey club like the Boston Bruins. I mean, they get up a couple goals on you, and you know, Andy Moog is a great goaltender, and their defense is certainly sound. And you know, they shut the door on us in a hurry if you get down a couple goals.
Face-offs has been another key. Why have your centermen had so much success so far on draws?
Everyone always asks that, but I think you know, face-offs isn't primarily a centerman's job. Obviously, you know, the draws that go right back to the boards or the defenseman is you know, the centerman's responsibility. But I think our wingers and our defense do a heck of a job tapping those pucks that are sitting behind the centerman, and also coming in and holding guys up and controlling the face-offs for we can get that extra shot in on the puck. I mean, there's very rarely you win that thing right back. But, you know, it's fortunate. I think it's a team thing when you take a face-off.
Well, as a team, you guys have been very impressive, Dean. We thank you for coming on. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks very much.
Dean Evison, Tommy, back to you.
All right, David, Bruins and Whalers, end of 2 periods at Boston Garden, Game 5, and the score is Hartford 1, Boston nothing. At Fenway this afternoon, a home opener for the Red Sox. They took on the Cleveland Indians. A look at how it went next on NESN.
is you really have to pay attention to what's going on, okay? Skate hard to the cone, do a quick turn around the cone, go in on net and shoot. You know, you all worked really hard. Hopefully you've learned something today by watching or by seeing somebody else.
Bruins Hockey Clinic, sponsored by Nesson. We're taking time out for our kids.
Wow, how much trouble or how much benefit is the 5th game in Series Day? The Bruins have been involved in a lot of the 5th game.
Well, it depends on how it's turned out.
Okay, 19 previous series. The Bruins have entered Game 5 tied at 2 games apiece. The Bruins' record in these games is 10-9. When they win Game 5, the Bruins win 8 out of 10 series. When they lose Game 5, they have lost all 9. We lost one, the 5th game here, lost to Montreal in 71. The other time was a long time ago. Or my time, but I remember that one.
It's a precarious position to be in. The Bruins pretty much have to open it up a little bit, but it's only one goal. You can't open it wide. You can't totally depart from thinking defense, because that's basically giving Hartford an open shot.
Exactly, Dave. And here's the goal. It's going to look pretty harmless at its outset. But there's the interference that's going to, the Bruins can't get to Cullen. No one can get behind the net. Now it's going to come back to Shaw, who's going to flip a shot. It's high. That's over everybody's head. Don Sweeney picks it out of the air and brings it down just below the crossbar. And that is the deciding factor thus far in 40 minutes of hockey. Is that fluky goal?
Well, let's see who wants it more over the last 20 minutes. That's basically it, Fred.
Comes to that, 2 teams are 500. They're both equal.
So that and Andy Moog is the deciding factor.
Andy
Moog has kept it alive. Here, power play nearly over the line. He has just one shot in the game. He took the face-off. Bork keeps it in. Vladisur checked in deep. Janney gets it in front. Wesley shot. Oh, a magnificent stop. The save of the night by Sedurkovic.
Wow.
There was a Major League 10 belt catch.
Wow.
Now it's Peter Sedurkowicz's turn.
He may not be having a brilliant series, but he's done everything they've asked him to do in this series, and on this case, more. How did he find that one?
When Peter Sedurkowicz has been on top of his crease, out where he is now, he's extremely effective. And the Bruins have burned him. It's when he was deep in his crease.
Neely is the face-off man. Kicks it for Bork. Bork along the line holding. In for Wesley. Wesley in for Squeako. Behind the net for Janney in the corner. Back to Bork. A one-timer save. Neely can't dig it out. Rolls back to Bork. Over to Wesley. Wesley in for Janney. Quick pass. Deflected to Everson, and he gets it out to Tomlak. Tomlak didn't play the first couple of games. 1 minute left on the Boston power play. It is their 4th of the night. The Whalers have had 4. A lone goal by Brad Shaw did not come on a power play. Squeako gains the line, and the Bruins are offside. 49 seconds left on the power play.
Well, anything happens after this, the Whalers have survived this power play. Should they go another 49 seconds, but that'll also keep them out of the penalty box. It should send a message to the bench. Bruins are starting to penetrate now. They're starting to get it down below. Down low where they want. Right here's the shot comes through. Now watch this. Comes clean to Neely. Right there. Never has he missed those. Just a tough break. Puck doesn't bounce for him.
This is the best Bruin power play of the 4. No question.
No doubt about that.
Now the Bruins have a face-off man. It's Cam Neely. He's won 3 in a row. Wesley starts it out. Fires it in. Solapsky able to hustle it right out again. Ray Bork winding up. Yates is forechecking. Bork bounces it in and scores! It will be a goal by Janney as it deflected.
Did it go off Steer and hit a Whaler and went in?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter who it is.
I think it's false here just by the way he looks.
What happened is it's a fluke for fluke.
Hey, that was about the only way the Bruins are going to score tonight.
That seemed to be the way it was going. Bruins get an awful awful big break right there.
You know, the morning paper, Turk, that's going to look like a nifty shot by Bork. A beautiful individual effort. It all counts the same.
Right there, it was off the foot. Sudurkowicz, Campbell coming out, trying to get behind the net to make sure that he could stop it for his defenseman. Tough break for the Hartford Whalers. Still a lot of hockey left. I don't think either team thought that that one goal was going to be the difference.
It is a power play goal for Raymond Bork on the drive from center ice. Deflected off Sear. And not Janney. He was in the line, but Bork gets it unassisted at 1:20. And the game is tied at 1. And both goaltenders have played excellent in the nets. This could be icing. Back is Galley. Icing on the play. And could not be faulted on either goal. It is Boston 1, Hartford 1. Third period on Nesson.
Well, they're a little looser on the bench now. Let's see it again.
Bork just trying to get it in the end zone. Sudurkowicz has already left the net at this point. Tries to get the right leg back to stub it, but he can't. Bounces over his foot.
And the draw in the corner. Poulin with it. Shot, score! Christian from Poulin. And the Bruins take a 2-1 lead.
Chris Nyland is over dancing on the Bruins bench. I mean, this place has gone nutty now. That's all it takes on some nights. Just a little weird bounce, and all of a sudden, momentum has taken a complete 180.
That happens so often. But the face-off is the key. Start winning face-off, things start to happen. The Whalers a little bit snake-bit at this point.
So they're not going anywhere.
No,
they're not going anywhere.
A lot of hockey left yet. Right here, back into the corner. Poulin fights for it, gets body position and gets to it. Nice wrist shot right there. But Poulin was the one that maybe he said to himself, when he has that ability, he is that smart, let's go for it.
Hartford has called a timeout. Rick Lee wants to get his guys to regroup.
Actually, that face-off, Cullen won it, but we talked about it the other night. You can go in the corner and nullify the win.
Right. Now, what happened was that Dave Poulin, I've talked a lot with him over certain aspects of the game, and he is a thinking centerman. We've always talked about that. And Poulin, now, you can't draw him back. You've had poor success doing that. A lot of times, centermen that are very good at face-offs allow it to go, and look, if there's no Hartford Whaler in the left corner of the building. Poulin knows that. He gets to it first. Zalapsky a little bit out of position. There's the snapshot that beats Sudurkowicz.
Christian has scored 3 goals from the same position. And that one just off to the left of Sudurkowicz. Poulin the assist at 1:36.
Should the Bruins go on to eliminate the Whalers, Nesson's next telecast of Bruins hockey would come your way next Wednesday night, April 17th. That it would be Game 1 of the Adams Division Finals against either Montreal or Buffalo. Tom Larson will have Bruins Digest at 7. Then at 7:30, it'll be Game 1 of the Adams Division Finals. That's if the Bruins eliminate the Whalers. We'd be here next Wednesday, live from the Garden right here on Nesson.
Draw back to Don Sweeney. The Bruins take the lead with 2 goals, 16 seconds apart. Poulin rushing over the line. A shot blocked by Zalapsky into the stands. A stunned Whaler team. Ray Bork, a long shot deflected off Sear for a power play goal. His second goal of the series. And Christian from Poulin 16 seconds later for a 2-1 Boston lead.
You know the years that we used to watch the Montreal Canadiens beat us on plays like that, and too many men on the ice in the last minute of play and just finding a way to win. And right now the Hartford Whalers, who have a great hockey club and the beginning of a great hockey club, are looking to right now tighten a little bit. The Bruins got to put a little pressure on them, not let them get back into this.
Bruins have 2 shots in the period, and both have been goals. Rams check the play. Spico rolls it in. Richards clears it out. Krieger with it. A lead now for Brown. Too far. Weimer quickly clears it out. The Whalers have been able to put on a good attack. An errant pass by Richards, stopped by Weimer. And Squeako over the line. Poulin, a touch pass, broken up. Whalers break. Brown is over the line. Brown fires to the corner. Rolls behind the net. Bork there. Stopped by Cote, wrapped in deep. Krieger checked by Weimer. Weimer up for Poulin. Poulin rushing over the line, holding. Cross now. In is Galley. Picked off by Sedurkovich. Galley walked right in on a beautiful pass from Poulin.
Andy Moe kept the Bruins in it through 40 minutes, and now Peter Sedorkovich is trying to keep his Whaler teammates in it here in the third period.
Nice play by Poulin, catching the late man. Watch Sedorkovich come out right out on top of that crease on Galley. Shot it right into his hand. Doesn't move his hand right in it. Thank you.
This is identical to the situation in Game 3 when the Bruins snapped that 2-2 tie with goals 18 seconds apart by Galley and Christian. Lee, seeing what happened in Game 3 when the Whalers just totally came apart at that point, wanted to avoid it, called a timeout, said, guys, we're only down one, we can get it back, let's stay together.
Backhander by Burridge missed the net off the faceoff as Hodge got him the draw. Galley lost it. Ladouceur wraps it in. Whalers without a shot 3 minutes into the third period. The Bruins with 5 and the first 2 scored. John Sweeney to clear out. Sedorkovich trying to clear it away. Burridge on the boards. Keeps it in. Hodge. Check. Rolls it around. Tomlak trying to come out. And Galley keeps it in. His pass is blocked, though, by Cote. Cote's pass blocked, intended for McKenzie. Each team 4 power plays. The Bruins scored on 1 on a freak goal. Here's Holik, a shot, a save by Moe. Big stop on Holik as he fired from 35 feet on the right boards. Hodge over the line. In deep for Burridge on Shaw. Burridge gets it. Trying to make the play. Shaw back on it. Burridge battling with Shaw. Bob Sweeney and Tomlak. And a whistle now. Face-off in the Hartford zone. Boston leads 2-1 on 2 quick goals by Ray Bork and Dave Christian.
Randy Burridge slips by Shaw here, went too deep. Can't get a handle on it, though. Trying to kick it up and cut back. He got it on his forehand quicker. Bobby Sweeney was right there. Bruins got to throw the puck a little bit more towards the front of the net, get it up in front of the net.
Well, you can tell now that the Bruins are playing with emotion, and the Whalers are a little bit tentative, not wanting to make a mistake that would lead to a 2-goal lead. The Bruins came out tentative, not wanting to make a mistake early. The Whalers came out pumped up. You can see the transference of emotion, Derek. How it affects the other guy's play, the tentative play. All it takes is just maybe a half a stride slower, and the other guy gets to the loose pucks quicker.
Well, what happens is once the goal gets in there, it changes your philosophy. When you're up 1, you tend to play a little bit, you know, a little looser, not as tight. But then when you're down 1, you just don't want to be down 2. The Whalers at this point don't want to give up another goal. Be patient, wait for their chances. The Bruins are pressing a little bit. They want that next goal, so open up. I think a lot of the conversation a lot of times is on emotion, but it's the big play. When it occurs, things just seem to turn.
Poulin wins the face-off against Cullen, goes to the corner. Squeako there. Pulled down. Bruins. Squeako back up. Rolls to the other corner. Shaw checked by Squeako and Christian. Christian coming off the corner. Back to the point to Wesley. Wesley shot blocked. And out comes Verbeek. Rushing alone. He fires it in. Moe gave a traffic for Bork. Bork hit by Verbeek. Puck to Cullen. And a great play by Poulin. Broke it up. Poulin trying to work it out. Can't do it. Kept in by Zalapski. In front, blocked as Verbeek cut right in front on it. Hunter back to the right point, shot by Shaw, deflected wide. Poulin gets it to Christian, to Bork. Bork rushing, checked by 2 men. And Hunter starts back, hit by Poulin, knocked down. Cullen battling on the boards, knocks the helmet off Squeako. Hunter battling Poulin as the puck is tied up. And the Whalers had a couple of threats to tie it.
Boy, that was close.
Boston leads 2-1, third period on Nesson.
Rick Verbeek got away with a holding that almost led to the tying goal. We'll try to take a look at it in deep. Glenn Wesley's stick was held. Now watch on the flurry.
There's their redirect there. I think you're going to find, Dave, it was on the first onset going in.
Yeah, you're right. It was earlier than that, but Verbeek held Wesley's stick as they went to the corner. Wesley couldn't get to the puck, and suddenly a Whalers on it.
Wesley tried to stand up to take Verbeek after Verbeek just dumped it in. Verbeek broke for it, and then he nailed Donnie Sweeney a dandy hit. That's what Wesley was trying to prevent. And when Wesley went to the puck, he held his stick.
Poulin and Hunter for roughing at 4:51. Janney the draw to Galley. The Bruins are winning the faceoffs now. Dineen works it out for Krieger. Krieger racing. Trying to move in. Taken down by Galley. The puck rolls near the net. Moog able to tie it up, and Dineen trying to pry it loose, so everybody moves in on Dineen.
Kevin Dineen just trying to get things going. He has no intention of doing
an all-star disturber.
And he can back it up.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's great about being a disturber that can back it up. Right here, good play by Galley. It's body position on Krieger before he decides to go for him.
A good non-call by McCreary on that. Krieger was already off balance.
Well, Galley had played the puck. When Galley got a stick on the puck first, Krieger's body's eligible. You're allowed to do anything to him after that pretty well.
Kevin Dineen on with Everson and Sear. They're not a checking line anymore. The Whalers are down, and they'll be ready to carry the play. Janney, Hodge, ready for the faceoff.
Danger here is Everson winning the draw to Dineen. He can shoot it quick and shoot it hard.
14:54 left, third period, 2-1 Boston. Bruins able to knock it out. A quick play by Lazaro. No icing. And the Bruins, Dineen checking it now. And a whistle, the net dislodged.
I think El Cid helped himself out, or at least tried to.
Boston 2, Hartford 1, third period on Nesson. Face-off coming up to the left of Sidorkovich.
Don Sweeney quickly steps in front of Paul Sear. Remember how Dean Everson said it's not so much the centerman, it's the wings?
The wingers win most of them.
The defenseman?
On this one, Neely scraps for it. Able to keep it in with Janney. Janney along the line. Check. Moves it up. Neely preoccupied, though. Can't get free. And back comes Dineen over the line. The shot. Hit that post and went into the stands. Face-off outside the line. Neely was all tied up with Everson.
And Neely just draws so much attention out there. It isn't like Brett Hull or Wayne Gretzky who just float around. Neely plays a physical game, plays it tough, plays it clean, hard. And he's trying to take Everson out. Now he knocks him down. Everson just as tough, not going to let Neely get up and get away with things.
Holding on to his stick.
You hold my stick, I'll hold your stick. You punch me, I'll punch you.
Two names that Cam Neely would love to go through the offseason without hearing. Everson and Ladouceur. The two of them throughout this series.
There's a shot that went off the crossbar.
Kevin Dineen fired it, and the Whalers came that close. Why is the face-off, though, inside the Boston line?
Well, they're going to say that Moog got a piece of it.
It didn't look that way.
Well, that's what Andy's arguing about right now. He said he got a piece of it to knock it to the post.
Bork is arguing. They say no. The face-off will be just about where Dineen fired it. 14:26 left, third period. Boston leads 2-1. Goals by Bork and Christian. Shaw for Hartford. Ladouceur fires in. Wesley, it'll be deflected out. Ladouceur clears it in. Bork clears it up for Bob Sweeney. Off for Wesley. Pass up. Blocked by Richards. Gave it away to Bork. Bork to Burridge. Can't hang on. Burridge chases Richards. Richards moves it up the middle to Yates. To Krieger, the speedster. checked by Bork. It's taken away. Burridge comes back with Bob Sweeney and Nyland. 3-on-2 to Nyland. The shot is wide. Bob Sweeney around the boards, wanting to be careful, comes off the boards, moves in, rolls it near the net, can't get a shot as he was checked by Brown.
Major league holding there.
Brown has lost his stick. Burridge moves it in front, cleared away. Krieger able to get it out, and that relieved the pressure as Brown probably had a broken stick. Icing against the Whalers, 13:20 left. Third period, the Bruins lead 2-1. And we're on Nesson.
Well, Rob Brown lost his stick. Right here, Bob Sweeney, nice little tuck on Yake. Now he doesn't have it. There's one. There's a hip. And let's grab the arm. Now he doesn't have a stick. I don't know what Bill McCreary's seeing. Now he's lost gloves and everything.
And the faceoff goes to the Boston zone. Ray Bork looks like he might be playing the whole third period. Clears it away. Winding up is Zalapsky. At center ice, Christian broke it up. Bruins tap it back. Sidorkovich way out of the net to clear it up for Holik. Holik for Verbeek. Drops it in the zone. Bruins check it, break it up. Hodge works it out with Skriko. Skriko drops it in. Winding up is Zalapsky. Off for Verbeek. Over the line. Broken up by Christian. Quick clear out. Huda starts to play. Back up for Cullen. Cullen. A pass across. Holik doesn't get it. Bruins knock it outside the line. Holik right back. Cullen checked by Don Sweeney. Goes behind the net. Trying to put it in front. Can't do it. It's cleared out. Nobody at the point for the Whalers to keep it in. Huda right back. A lead too far. Galley with it. Tipped up. Gianni breaking. Trying to move in. Stops. Cuts. Moves it in deep for Lazaro. Lazaro check. Gets away from Richards. Puts it in front. Neely can't get control. Neely for Lazaro. Scores! Jeff Lazaro, the rookie from Cam Neely to make it 3-1.
Boy, is that a big goal. Great hustle by Cam Neely. Fighting all night long, step by step, trying to beat Whalers 2-3 at a time. Gets a little breathing room, makes a play. Jeff Lazaro. Tremendous play by Gianni to get it to Lazaro. Good hustle by Jeff to get it behind the net, make the plays, get it going.
That's his second playoff goal on a beautiful feed from Neely. Boy, this is a hard-working goal right from beginning to end.
Slides around, gets it in front. Neely almost gets it here. Takes a look. It's out front. Lazaro calms this down. Finds that far post. That was a bouncing puck.
Lazaro from Neely and Gianni at 8:05. A 2-goal lead for Boston. Neely checked by Ladouceur, but Bohr covers it. Neely with it. A lead for Gianni over the line with Neely. Neely the shot wide. The rebound. And Lazaro had a poke at him. Here's one. Drive by Wesley is blocked and cleared to center ice. Boston leads 3-1, exploding in the third period. McKenzie flattens Gianni. Brown is over the line. Dropped it. Bruins control it. A lead for Gianni. Cote after him. He cuts away from him. Checked by two Whalers. Lazaro hustles in. Bangs into Brown. Neely goes in to get it. What a play by Lazaro. Back to Don Sweeney. Shot deflected into the stands. Jeff Lazaro has never stopped skating the entire series.
He showed a little composure there after taking a pop in the chops.
Cheap shot by Brown, gets the elbow up. Jeff, tough guy, gets a stick up under the legs. And so what do you call that? He just looks, takes the punch in the mouth and says, well, what's that? No, nothing. Yeah, okay. Different rules, I guess, in the National Hockey League than anywhere else. But also...
Boy, you talk about an about face.
A little pitchfork there by Lazaro.
Where was this reckless abandon for the first 40 minutes, you know?
It's just confidence. The Whalers were playing so very, very well the first 40 minutes, and things were going their way. Bruins never really had room to breathe. They didn't have room to make plays. And Sweeney said it in the interview, you got to make the plays quicker. They started to do that and started catching a few Whalers.
In deep, Bob Sweeney, 3-1 Boston. Trying to keep that puck in the zone. Hodge throws it, shot, save! Burridge trying to jam it home. Hodge gets it. Behind the net, trying to jam it in front. Can't. Cleared away. And the Whalers break it out. Evison to Sear. Wrapped over the line. Galley breaks it up. Boston 3-on-2. Hodge. Bob Sweeney. Shot. Save. Hodge tried to put it between the pads. Hodge keeps it in. Bob Sweeney with it. Holding. Back to the point. Wesley a shot. Blocked. Down goes Hodge.
Going to be Emerson. Emerson's going.
Power play Boston. Boston 3, Hartford 1. Back in a moment on Nesson. Emerson out for a cross check. There it is. 10:13 left, third period. Power play Boston. It is their fifth. They're 1 for 4 on a long shot by Bork that hit the skate of Sear and beat Sidorkovich to tie the game at 1. 16 seconds later, Christian from Poulin, then Lazaro from Neely and Janney.
Major league fluke. The first 2 goals.
Neely is the face-off man now. Run by the Whalers for Cote. Cleared around and out. Back to Bork. Over to Janney. Janney starts back. Drives it in. Spico going for it. Checked it. Janney with it to Neely. Shot! And he missed the net. Moving right in. Dug it out of his skates and fired away. Bork keeps it in at the line. Shot. Janney with it. Neely scored! Neely from Janney and Bork to make it 4-1.
That look on Cam Neely's face. What a player, Craig Janney. Thank you very much. Not many people can make that play. And that's exactly what Neely was. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful pass that was.
I want to know what the variation to the stump pump that Craig Janney just did.
He didn't know. He was so happy. He made a great play to Cam Neely. You want to talk about keeping your cool in front of your net in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Great play by Bork to keep it in at the line. Puck is starting to bounce for the Bruins now. Right there, I got you. Everybody focuses but Neely. What a play by Janney.
Awesome.
Sidorkovich out of his net, had to play shooter.
Wow. 38 left, the Bruins with a 4-1 lead. Christian over the line. He scored a big goal to give the Bruins the lead, which they have not relinquished but added to. Cullen wraps it in. Up for Bork and the clear out.
Poulin and Verbeek just going at it here.
Whalers Cullen can't get a pass. Neely, number 4, from Bork and Janney.
Wesley just popped Hunter a nice shot.
Bruins in deep. Spico trying to set a play. Christian being careful about it. Bob Sweeney in, gets it loose. Makes the careful move. No wild shot that would send the Whalers away. Jams it up with Zalapsky.
Bruins are making a line change here.
And the faceoff call to the right of Sidorkovich.
Good strong work along the boards by Bob Sweeney to keep Cullen from digging that free.
Made up a lot of ice, a lot of time on the clock. Sidorkovich playing oh so very well. Bruins kind of putting it together here in the third period. Couldn't do a thing for 40 minutes.
They have 12 shots, and the Whalers have 2. A total reversal And the Bruins have to salute Andy Moog.
Oh, do they ever.
No matter how many they get.
They got 62 goals. You still got to look at Andy Moog saved this game a long time ago.
Everson, Bob Sweeney. Down goes Everson. Bob Sweeney with it. Off for Nyland. Back on the other side for Burridge. In front, knocked away. Nyland. A backhander, blocked. Loose. And kept in by Galley. Screen shot, deflected. Sedurkovich scrambles, saves. In game number 3 in Hartford. Bruins got 4 goals in the third period. And they have 4 here. Don Sweeney breaks it up on Richards. Puck rides across Galley. Beats Everson to it. And clears it in the Boston end.
Gary Galley sacrificing the body there to get that puck up. He knew he was going to get hit.
Bruins have now outshot the Whalers 28-26. Sear for Halik, broken up. Janney for Neely. Neely is hit, and he gives Sear a rough time. Sear trying to take him out of there. Halik is broken up. A steal by Sear, though. 3-on-2. Sear, pass behind Cote, the defenseman. Cote wraps it in deep. Bork with it. And the Bruins break it out. In the center ice, Wesley just drops it in. 7 minutes left, third period. Boston leads 4-1. A 4-goal explosion. Bork, Christian, Lazaro, and Neely. Galley, a hard hit on Krieger. And Don Sweeney wraps it in. Squeako bangs in the Cote. Pulling with it. Looking for Christian. They combine for the big one. The 2-1 lead for Boston. Dave Christian.
Christian just
Pulling. Oh, Squeako is open. Blocked. Pulling behind the net. Blocked by Sedurkovich. Krieger breaks it out. Don Sweeney checks him. And Galley gets it. Wraps it around and out. 6:20 left, third period. 4-1 Boston. Offside pass to Hunter. Hunter comes right after Galley for quickly separated. Dave Shea, NHL update.
All right, Fred, Montreal right now nursing a 1-goal lead. Third period, 3-2 over Buffalo. New Jersey also battling Pittsburgh. Right now it's tied 2-2 as Larry Murphy has tied things up for Pittsburgh, and the Rangers have taken a 4-3 lead on a goal by Rice in the third period. This playoff update has been brought to you by Budweiser.
Right here, good solid hit by Gary Galley. Krieger not too happy with it. Here's Richards carrying the puck, Sweeney up. Pope checks it away.
The Bruins breaking it open in the third period. Shaw scored a Hartford goal. And that came at second period at 7:16. Hartford playing very well, not sitting on the lead. But a freak goal by Ray Bork, reflecting off Sear, and then the explosion. Christian, Lazaro, and Neely. Neely was a power play goal, so the Bruins have 2 power play goals. Whalers don't have any. 6:12 left, third period. Boston with a 3-goal lead.
Here's the difference, I think, in this hockey game is the Bruins were forced to put on the show. The Whalers just checked very well for 40 minutes.
Burridge bangs into Cullen. And the Bruins control the puck.
And now the Whalers have to put on the show. They have to come up with the offense. And then the Bruins are getting the steal pucks and break up plays.
Bob Sweeney carefully in deep to Burridge to Hodge. Hodge checked on the play. Bob Sweeney after it, able to keep it in. Bounces away now for McKenzie. And Cullen winding up. Why would McKenzie be out with Cullen? Start a little jam. Hodge, center ice. Burridge over the line. Burridge going deep. Shot, save. Sedurkovich forced to hang on. 5:18 left, third period. 4-1 Boston.
It's amazing how quickly this game could change.
Oh, yeah.
Hartford Whalers playing brilliant hockey for 40 minutes in the Bruins sweaters. They can hardly breathe, and all of a sudden, bang! It's like these two teams have never faced each other before, and they changed sweaters between periods. And don't forget, fans, you too can dress like the Bruins by ordering the 1991 official Boston Bruins playoff T-shirt and sweat top. This playoff apparel comes in designs by the Ray Borg, Andy Moog, Cam Neely, or Craig Janney, and they're available in either medium, large, or extra large. Order yours today by calling 1-800-5-BRUINS.
Lazaro hustles, taken down. He can't get the loose puck. It's cleared out. Offside is Deneen. That could be icing. No. Wesley with it. Works it free. Skates brilliantly to center ice to the red line. Can't set up a play with Janney. Whalers drive it back in. This may be icing. 4:54 left. The Whalers with just 2 shots in the third period. They had 13 in the first, 11 in the second.
How often does a goaltender's performance go for naught? I mean, you don't remember Andy Moog, the save after save after save he made. Now the Bruins have 4 goals. Great playing by Glenn Wesley. He's been playing so well the last 4 months.
No, that's the difference. I mean, this is almost a reversal of the first period. The difference being Moog didn't allow anything in the first period. Sidorkovich has gotten burned for 4 here as the Bruins have outshot them 14-4.
If Moog has the mediocre period, the Bruins are down by 3 goals. I mean, he had a sensational period. He made 7 or 8 sensational saves. Second period, he made 3 or 4.
Whalers break it out. Yate for Brown. Back. Broken up by Galley. Galley lost it. Rolled in wide of Moog. But the Bruins dig it free. They're right on top of the play. And out comes Poulin for Christian. They combine for the big goal, the 2-1 lead. And we have 4:30 left. But the Bruins know this series isn't over. They have to go to Game 6 now in Hartford Saturday night. The action on TV 38. Richards winding up. Center ice, Squeako with it. There's no double shifting of Cullen. I mean, Lee the other night only used Cullen for 4.5 minutes in the second period. Very sparingly, he's always looking for the right spot, or well, what he said is 4-1 the game is the Bruins. Burridge a hard hit in deep. Oh, and here comes everybody. Sidorkovich over there, a frustrated goaltender. And
that is twice Randy Burridge has done that. And that will bring on the physical stuff.
Brown.
Well, they should just let Brown and Burridge go at it. Randy Burridge not afraid of Brown.
Another fight breaks out.
Boy, Ray Borg.
Ray Borg's got 2 Whalers.
Tom Black, I think, grabbed Bob Sweeney from behind and dragged him down.
Brown and Wesley.
Well, Brown's got the visor on. How can Wesley hit him with a visor on? Get his visor off. Now, Bill McCreary knows he's doing that.
Oh, just hang on, Glenn.
He can't get the visor off. That's what Wesley's trying to do. Unsnap it. Right now, he's trying to unsnap it. Brown does not want him to do that. McCreary, there's...
Bob Sweeney looks like he's bleeding from that left eye that was so badly bruised.
Wesley having trouble with Brown.
Not having trouble with him at all. What he is, he's got to get that visor off. Wesley's got a couple of shots in. Brown's just trying to sucker him into something, waiting for he could get one shot away. Look at that one of Wesley. Oh, there we go. Visor or not.
Oh, Rob Brown has lost it.
Rob Brown has, lost it.
I mean, you know, it's not as if he's a heavyweight contender. He's not a fighter.
I don't. It looks like he got his hat handed to him as far as I'm concerned. He's kind of fooling himself. Wesley looks fine. He's composed. Charlie Zalewski's got to wonder why everybody's going goofy.
On Saturday night, we'll be in Hartford, game number 6, the action on TV 38. Bob Sweeney, who had that black eye anyway with the cut. Wesley and Brown undoubtedly out for 5 minutes, and a little disturbance in the stands.
Well, some fan who doesn't know any better tried to take a shot at Rob Brown as he left the ice. Now, it's one thing for the boys on the ice to go after each other, but when the fans think that they're part of the club and they can do it, that's
I've had a
bad.
Conversation or two with fans in the seating area.
Up close and personal while you still had your skates on.
Up close and personal if you'd like to discuss it on a later date. Well, Leslie's getting your cheer.
Lee is saving Cullen, obviously, for the next game, and has virtually conceded this. If you want to get some goals, you have Cullen out there, and he has been used very, very sparingly by Rick Lee. Down 4-1, and the next game will be in Hartford Saturday night.
Ricky Lee.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. And by your New England GMC truck dealers. It's not just a truck anymore. It's quality on the road. And by your New England area Century 21 offices. Put your trust in #1, Century 21. And by Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil. Isn't your car worth the extra protection?
There's the end result. Gloves and sticks and helmets and all sorts of paraphernalia out there. All started with Randy Burridge.
Let's see how this all began.
Sidorkiewicz. Right here, he's going in. Sidorkiewicz dumps it. Little check. All right, Randy, you're guilty. Now Randy goes, oh, well, what's going on here? An onslaught. Kenny Hodge gets in on this defense, gets Verbeek out of the way.
Yeah, 4 Whalers in on Randy Burridge, including El Cid.
Ray Bork got in time, pulling people off. Zalewski's got Bork. Like the Keystone Cops, everybody overran Bork. I mean, Burridge.
Ray Bork kept it under control until Bob Sweeney got suckered from behind, and I think it was Mike Tomlak who suckered him. And then Raymond said, that's it. Enough is enough.
We have 3:42 left in the third period, a 4-1 lead for the Boston Bruins, and the #1 star, no question about it, Andy Moe.
Well, he came up huge when they had to have a great performance in goal.
And did they need a great performance that first 40 minutes?
Especially the first 20.
Hand it to your goalkeeper.
He has looked at 26 shots. The goal by Shaw was a deflection of his defenseman, Don Sweeney. Never had a chance on that. Everything else he has handled flawlessly and has been the key factor here. The Bruins finally getting on track and exploding for 4 goals for the 4-1 lead.
All 4 games tonight, the 4 division semifinals are all a little bit crazy. Montreal holding on to that lead. Mike Keane with his second goal of the game has given Montreal a 3-2 lead. New Jersey on a goal by Fetisov has taken the lead down in Pittsburgh. I guess Pittsburgh has tied it up again. Is that right? 3-3?
I think it was Pittsburgh 3-3. Montreal still ahead 3-2.
Nope, Buffalo has tied it up 3-3.
That's okay. There you go. That's what I saw.
Fetisov has given New Jersey a 3-2 lead in Pittsburgh in the third. And Hatcher has tied things up on the power play for Washington in New York, 4-4 in the third. So nothing's coming easy to anybody.
The Bruins look like a powerhouse now with this 3-goal lead. And a penalty to Sidorkiewicz out of all that battling, and Whalers now near the Boston bench. What is going on there?
I think Ken Hodge is having some words with Verbeek. And Mike Milbury has both hands on both shoulders of Ken Hodge, saying, you sit here until those guys are in their room. There's Bob Sweeney. That was Swoop who he was holding on to, not Kenny Hodge. It was Bob Sweeney. But look at that. He got suckered. I wish we had the replay, but somebody came up from behind him and dragged him down with a glove across the eye.
No, his head might have hit the ice when he went down. What you don't want to do, you'll have time. That eye will come back down before the next game.
And they're going to throw him out for being on the end of that. Hey, remember, fans, Nesson is the place to be to catch up on all the scores and highlights with Sports Desk, the morning edition. Amy Stone is your host for a 15-minute comprehensive roundup of the entire sporting scene, from late-breaking news to the games out on the West Coast. That's Sports Desk, the morning edition, every weekday morning from 5 till 8 right here on Nesson.
John Cullen had 4 shots in the first 2 periods. He had a couple of real threatening ones, and Andy Moog, he was stopped. Bruins exploding for 4. Power play. Shaw scored in the second period for Hartford. Long delay. The Bruins will start with a power play with 3:42 left in the third period.
Toughest thing in the world is to get back into the flow of things now. Eat the clock up by good solid defense.
Bill McCrary apparently explaining things to the satisfaction of Rick Lee and the Whaler bench, although John Cullen's kind of shaking his head as if to say, did you understand what he said? Did you understand how he came to the fact that we're shorthanded? Boy, McCrary in a tough situation has called a pretty darn good hockey game tonight.
Tom Larson, NHL update.
All right, Fred, Buffalo and Montreal are headed for overtime with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go, and Montreal leading 3-2. Dave Andreychuk gets his second of the playoffs, ties the game at 3-3. The last 3 minutes and 5 seconds go by. Overtime, Buffalo, Montreal at the Forum.
That game is in overtime. Buffalo and Montreal, 3-3. Janney on the power play with Neely and Skriko. And
well, up until that incident, it was a great hockey game.
Yeah.
Good, tough, clean, hard-fought contest. Tremendous swing and momentum from the fluke goal that Bork got.
We've been told that if the Bruins hold on and win tonight, a limited number of tickets for the next game, whether it be the 7th game of this series or the first game of the Adams Division Finals, will go on sale at 11 o'clock tomorrow at the Garden Box office, or you can get them through Ticketron phone charge.
Galley and Bork are on the power play. Galley to Neely. Neely clears it in. Bruins would like to execute a good power play, but they don't have to. Really just fill out 2 more minutes on the clock. They're ahead 4-1. Long lead for Neely. Rolls in on Sidorkovic. He hangs on. Face off in the Hartford zone.
Up went the cheer from the crowd. And Neely around the goalkeeper.
The Bruins had only 16 shots over the first 2 periods. Here in the third, they have 14.
Boy, if I were Mike Milbury and Gordie Clark, I'd have the guys just sit and watch the third period of this game tomorrow. Watch it 4, 5, 6 times. Watch it again before Saturday night's game 6 and just say, guys, go up and do it again.
I think maybe watch the first 2 and say, hey, you were really bad. Moog saved you.
Really? We think we know what the penalty minutes were. Next whistle, we'll try to break them down for you.
I really don't know as much as the Whalers played well as the Bruins played poorly. Hartford played awful good hockey.
Janney to Neely. Score! Power play! And it is 5-1. Cam Neely gets goal number 5 for him.
See how a power play works when you don't penalty kill with effectiveness, with energy, enthusiasm, and speed. When you lay back and let people in this league move the puck, pass it at will, you're gonna be burned all night long. Whalers a little flat on that one.
Well, understandably,
oh,
Kurt.
very much so.
I mean, they're already thinking ahead to Saturday.
Yeah, they are. And the Bruins had better not think, you know, that this is going to be a blowout Saturday. It's going to be one tough, hard-fought hockey game. The Whalers are here real. They're here to stay. And if you take them lightly, you're going to have to face them again here in Boston Garden. And keep at it.
Cam Neely has 2 goals and 1 assist. And Craig Janney has 3 assists. As the Bruins break it open, a couple of power play goals here in the 3rd period. And the Bruins now wind up with 3 power play goals, 1 of 3. Neely from Janney and Skriko at 16:57. But the #1 star going away, Andy Moog. He's had a quiet 3rd period, but prior to that, the Whalers had a ton of chances. Ron Sweeney trying to clear it out. Kept in by Tomlak. Blocked. Net dislodged to the jam up in front. Moog arguing as McKenzie is out there, so obviously Lee is not looking for goals.
No, McKenzie is out there, an enforcer, no cheap shots. McKenzie's not done anything. And Dave Christian here, he didn't drop his gloves and fight Christian. He's taken to the crossbar there, looking for a penalty. He did. McKenzie takes care of himself by good, smart hockey. He's not a typical goalie. He's a good, hard-working, tough hockey player.
In case you're wondering, both teams ended up with 22 minutes in penalties on that last exchange. Bob Sweeney, a 10-minute misconduct. Burr, 2 minutes for charging and a 5-minute major. Wesley, a 5-minute major. Verbeek got 5 for fighting in a game. Brown, 5 for fighting. Yake, 10-minute misconduct. And Sidorkovich, 2 minutes for roughing.
In the corner, Poulin fighting for it. Tomlak with a headlock. McKenzie and Moog in a little conflict, or maybe Weimer. Let's see.
No, it was Weimer. Jim Weimer kind of draws the penalty. Taking McKenzie in front of the net. McKenzie definitely cuffed him a couple of elbows in a row.
Only McKenzie goes. 2:29 left.
Only McKenzie did anything.
The Boston Bruins with 5 goals in the 3rd period. To break it open, Ray Bourque, Dave Christian, Jeff Lazaro, Cam Neely with 2. And the last 2 by Neely were power play goals. McKenzie for roughing at 17:31. Rick Lee can say, we outplayed them for 2 periods, we had a lead. The Bruins will say, talent will out. That's Shakespeare.
Talent will out. Well, I'll tell you.
Galley drives it in.
I don't think you can give Moog enough credit for this victory.
There's Weimer closing, shooting and scoring! Jim Weimer, a power play goal to make it 6-1.
This is what happens. The Hartford Whalers are just as soon wrap this up and go home now. Everything's working for the Bruins now. Jim Weimer picked that corner. A beautiful shot by Weimer.
That's 4 power play goals, Derek.
Sends a little message. But the Hartford Whalers they can take heart in the fact that they're not skating at this point. They're just kind of standing around. Weimer unloads this one. Just a perfect shot. You know, this is a great goal any time of the year. Under any circumstances, low hard on the corner. Gurkowicz wasn't looking to boot it. That was a beautiful goal by Weimer.
So the Bruins with 6 goals in the 3rd period, 4 of them power play goals.
You know, a lot of times you got examples of kids. The kids play, high school players especially and younger, and take it sometimes. You're going to take some business in front of the net. Going to get elbowed and punched. Weimer took it. McKenzie went to the box and Weimer gets it. There's justice for you.
6-1 Boston. Back comes Sear. An offside pass to him and 1:55 left. And Andy Moog just kind of skating around this, and it has not been busy in the 3rd, but I tell you, he played, well, it's in his record anyway, an outstanding goaltender. check. Keeps it, puts it in front. Batted away by Galley. 1:35 left. And the fans filing out. Hodge able to break it up at center ice. Keep control. Don Sweeney to Galley. Bruins hitting the open man. Here's Everson going. Pounding away on Don Sweeney.
Now Everson's on the bottom.
You don't think much of Everson for...
no. No, you gotta... anybody, you may not think much of him as a Bruins fan or whatever for... You gotta settle scores. If you're gonna settle them, you may as well settle them when the game is out of reach. Don Sweeney can handle himself.
Don Sweeney has played an excellent game for the Boston Bruins. 1:21 left. He's out. Everson is out. And Everson has a word for the Bruins. Talk about frustration. Naturally, you can just feel it. It was a 1-0 Hartford lead after 2 periods. They were playing superbly, keeping the Bruins pretty much at bay. The Corks goal, and 16 seconds later, Christian off a face-off.
Yeah, beautiful goal, too. And both coaches would like this one to end right now. Call it. Get it over with. Get the boys back. Regroup. Come up with game 6.
And we're waiting for the face-off. A penalty to Everson for starting that jam on Don Sweeney. Totally frustrated Hartford Whalers, who were frustrated in the first 2 periods.
Well, I'll tell you.
Andy Moe.
Everything taken aside, loyalties aside, if I was a Hartford Whaler at this point, I would be beside myself.
Yeah, I can see you. Boy, they'd be escorting you out, right?
Yeah, I'd have lost it a while ago.
You'd have fought about 6 guys.
They played very well. Okay, they never got goals. They never put the puck in the net. That happens. Goaltending forgives all lackluster performances. And then the Bruins just caught fire. They ignited. The Bruins are just too explosive. Tried to keep them at bay that long.
Everson gets 2 minutes for instigating, 2 for high sticking, 5 for fighting. Don Sweeney 2 for high sticking and 5 for fighting. Another power play for Boston. Bruins have scored 4 power play goals out of the 6. Dineen is out there with Sear. Bruins. Alan Peterson with Weimer on the power play, and Jim Weimer scored that last one from Galley to Peterson. He drives it in. A minute left in the game. Weimer keeps it in. Drills it in. And Cooter drops it out. Back to Jim Weimer. Beautiful low hard shot just inside the post for the 6th goal. 40 seconds left. Bruins just killing time here.
Let's just stay away from anything silly.
Weimer comes out. Flips it in. Back for Huda. The clear out. Tomlak after Weimer. Weimer leaves it for Peterson. And